and welcome to Fan Fiction Monday over here on Chaotic Stories. I'm Purity Sin, and I hate my fucking life at this point. Means I don't have to do it. I think Shadow lost his fucking mind.
Yeah. I think that did most people.
Guys, he keeps giggling.
Yeah.
Vector ran at Sonic and Knuckles Jr., who were there in his room, with his teeth going 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Here comes death straight from my mouth,
said Vector as he ran at them, still going. Not a completely shitty character, by the way.
No!
Shouted Sonic. Sonic was fast and able to do it, so he ran forward and between Vector's leg, under his body, and hit his head into Vector's penis while sliding through.
No!
He was still holding Knuckles Jr., the baby. Sonic ran to another wall of the room, but Vector ran right back at him with his big crocodile bite move. I almost thought it was going to be something else.
Yeah.
And Sonic dodged. And Sonic dodged him again, and it kept happening again and again.
Stop it!
Shouted Sonic.
Stop doing this!
Words I never thought I'd be saying now.
Sonic was sick of hitting his head. Sonic was sick of hitting his head into Vector's penis. It was beginning to leave a mark, and it was embarrassing. And it was embarrassing to Sonic to have someone else's penis marker on your head.
This better come out before school.
I just read the next paragraph.
Sonic's head, rubbing the mark Vector's penis left on his forehead.
Oh, you must die,
said Vector, and continued to be the murderer that he had turned out to be.
No! Stop! Come on!
Said Sonic, yelling, and he was getting so mad, but Vector ran at him another time, and Sonic kept hitting his thick green crocodile dick, and it kept getting harder each time he hit it. Sonic guessed weird things like this were sexy to Vector. Sonic kept hitting his penis and making it harder and harder until one time Sonic slid under where his penis stuff was and hit it with his head.
Penis stuff
again.
was.
Yeah. Hit it with his head again, so semen ejaculated out of his penis across the floor.
No!
No, the floor like a big long puddle, like a slip and slide covered with mayonnaise.
Like a slip and slide covered in mayonnaise. Why the fuck do we not have super chat on this fucking channel?
I don't know.
We could be getting paid for people to beg us to stop.
Oh
But if we stop now, we'll never get to Flavor Town.
Shut the fuck up.
Alright.
Said Sonic. Vector looked shocked, like he had not even noticed that his penis was turning into a hard penis. Now Sonic threw Knuckles.
No!
Why?
Why? No, guys, quiet. Now Sonic threw Knuckles Jr. at the puddle of Vector semen. Knuckles Jr. glittered across Vector semen like a baby speedboat and did a roller coaster turn and flew up on to Vector. Knuckles Jr. landed somewhere on him and did a tumble forward, got his head and he poked Vector's eyes, and Vector began to scream.
Oh, bitch, baby, that hurts. I'm gonna kill you,
Screamed Vector, while Knuckles Jr. rolled off his body and over to the door of his room.
over here, Sonic.
Said Knuckles Jr. while Vector was still rubbing his eye, which hurt from the attack. Sonic ran over to the door, and with his speedy legs kicked it down like a professional wrestler picking a person up and hitting them down on the ground through a door. Sonic then picked up Knuckles Jr. and ran through the door, down to the hall, through Vector's house, and saw a lot of green things and things that were about crocodiles.
Wait. Okay.
Yep.
So he opened the door,
Got on
he
the
got on the floor.
I saw a bunch of dinosaurs.
Guys, let me just finish this. And also bad things, like rooms full of drugs and guns and even things like weird African porn videos.
Oh, God damn it!
Have you seen these videos? It's like people, but darker.
That is my line, motherfucker.
Oh my god.
Then he got to a different door and opened it and walked into the other side and closed the door, put some things in front of the door to block it. Then with a stopping loud noise, like a bowling ball with legs, was jumping up and down on the door and hit it hard. Vector went up to the door and put his body on it, trying to crash through, like a penis going through a big hard vagina.
What the fuck?
No!
Okay, so
I feel like
the only woman in this call. What the fuck is a hard vagina?
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like
if you guys can figure it out, please fucking let me know.
I feel like Big Hard is in the wrong spot of that sentence.
It really
I've heard
if
of
you have
dry
a big
vaginas,
hard
I've heard of
vagina,
skinny
you
vaginas. I've never heard of
probably
hard
should go
vaginas.
get some help.
That's not how vaginas work.
Open this, please.
Oh god, no, I kept reading.
Stop!
Keep going, keep going.
No! Why did you kill Charmy?
Shouted Sonic at Vector, who was on the other side of the door. That was hard to get through.
Because Knuckles messed it all up. Knuckles or Espio was supposed to kill one or the other when they fought in the school highway that one time. I made that fight happen because I wanted one of them to die because they were both fag lords, and they're the only people who could beat me and become the new football team captain. So I went to Knuckles' house instead after I replaced him with a Charmy robot. A robot Charmy, and took the real Charmy home and chewed on his broken body and made him into meat that I can use for meals. He was no use to anyone, especially not me. None of you are! Ah!
Vector screamed and hit the door, but still could not
Get
get
on
through.
the floor.
Everybody walked their dinosaur.
Well, I mean, he is a lizard and one too,
Sonic,
so he's
get your
already
line.
doing dinosaurs. So.
Where did you get a Charmy robot? Is Eggman involved? This could ruin things for everyone, don't you know?
Said Sonic back
No
to
one
Vector.
gave a shit.
Said Sonic back to Vector, like a ship sending a message to a different ship.
When you begin to do crimes, you become dark, and I have now become darker than Shadow. I made friends with the Al-Qaeda, and they made me a Charmy robot using Osama bin Laden's technology.
Fuck.
He was bulletproof and was going to kill the first fuckers. And then SPO in the hospital, and then maybe the rest of you, if I want to be a bit messed up, shit idiot. Ah!
Fuck my voice. I hate
Vector hit on the door so hard that it actually started to break.
So he
Let's
could
get
not
out
be
of
the
here.
dinosaur.
Yeah.
We can call the police. Let's just get out of here and get safe.
Said Knuckles Jr. Oh, wait. Then Sonic and Knuckles ran out of the house. But just when they were doing that, Vector broke through the door and jumped like an alligator at Sonic. Even though alligators don't jump. At Sonic and
they
Knuckles.
As opposed to jumping like a slinky.
And hit them to the ground and landed on top of them.
Now I will kill you, just like I did to Charmy.
Said Vector, opened his mouth really big to bite their bodies. But then all of a sudden, something came from the sky and picked them up, and Vector was left there on the ground looking like a teen loser. We're in the air now, said Tails. I rescued you. Tails was using his flying tails to fly and was holding Sonic, who was holding Knuckles Jr. They were like a helicopter.
What? How did you know
You're
where
the
we were?
fucking
Here.
author. Stop talking to me, please. You're obliged to
Said
not break the
Sonic.
fourth wall. Holy shit.
Said Sonic, who was so shocked to be in the situation.
I would be too.
I looked the Charmy robot and figured out it was from Al Qaeda and broke into the government computer
Wait,
network
what?
system data and found out that Vector was friends with Al Qaeda. Said Tails,
On
the smart
Facebook.
friend of Sonic.
But I thought you were ticked at me.
said Sonic with a questioning sound.
Then why not put a fucking question mark?
But with no question
I mean,
mark.
I love the fucking fact that Toad still has yet to cuss in this entire fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I am tired of being mad at you. We are best friends again, said Tails.
Because that's how that works.
Hey, that's how it works for me. I get tired of being
Hey, dude, I
somebody
used to
and I
hate you, but I
forget.
got tired of hating you, so yeah, I'm friends with you again.
Cool. Now let's get Vector.
Said Sonic. By
That's
now
how
they
I
were
became
above
friends
the
with Shadow.
clouds, which is very high.
Fly down and I will kick his face off.
Tails flew down fast,
Wow.
and Sonic held onto Knuckles Jr. really tight. Sonic had his
Fully.
legs sticking out to kick, and they went down faster than a shooting star being shot out of a gun. Down. They went down, back to the floor, where Vector was, and kicked Vector's face. Vector's head almost spun around because they hit him so hard, but now he was on the ground.
Tails, do that one more time.
Said Sonic. Tails flew up, and then when Sonic revealed his balls, even though he could see almost the whole country from up there here, he did not care because this was more important. Sonic scratched his balls and held Knuckles Jr.'s, whilst Tails flew down fast again. Sonic's balls dragged behind him in the sky, and then went down to the bottom of the ground. And Sonic's disease ball smacked Vector's face.
No!
Screamed Vector as Sonic's balls smacked him into his mouth and nose and eyes like a plastic bag full of pudding.
Oh my god.
Vector looked into the sky and made an asshole face for the last time, and then he turned into stone, and then turned into dust, and was now dead.
What?
What?
I can be glad for once that my balls are very poisoned.
Said Sonic as he looked at the pile of dust that was Vector before he died, and did some squinting.
He is dead, and everyone is okay now, except for Charmy, because he's dead.
Thank goodness.
Said Knuckles Jr. to them.
This was too much excitement for one night. We see a dead body, now we see a dust alligator, and now we're flying up in the air. And dude, I swear to God, I think I'm tripping because I got two tails. They're flying like a helicopter.
Look at the bright side, said Tails to them. Two of the worst fag-ass teenagers in the high school are dead.
Yeah, but you're still alive, so what does that mean?
Yes! It is
Two of
all
the most fake.
Fuck you. Tails has the
This
support of
is
the
fucking
narrator.
Bible.
Yep.
They were all preps, so I put my middle finger up at them because they're preps and stuff. I don't. Where are we?
We're
Yes,
at the last-
it is
last
all
one.
fixed now.
Said Sonic. They took Charmy's body with them, but not Vector's, who was now a pile of dust, because they thought he did not deserve to be nice to. Then they went home to get ready for school tomorrow, and Sonic thought,
There are still more problems to deal with in high school. This is not over, especially not for me.
especially since Al-Qaeda is part of this fanfic.
Apparently.
This is so fucking
I have a quick question. Is Rouge and whatever still in detention?
Yes.
So,
Yep.
yes.
Because he still has the baby, so she's still in detention. It's like 2 days now.
She lives
No,
in
it's-
detention, apparently.
It's only the next day now, I guess.
So she's only been in detention for like 24 hours.
Yeah, so not too bad.
Okay.
For entering the men's restroom while the play area, the theater was on fire.
Do you guys want me to still read?
I
I
can
can
take
keep
over.
going.
Are we doing chapter
Okay.
19?
19
Chapter
secret
19.
prostitute.
All right. I'll just say the
Oh, god
Title.
damn it, I just saw the name.
Chapter 19.
Chapter
Prostitute.
19, Sacred Prostitute.
Secret Asian man.
Can I make a
Secret-
prediction? Because I've not read this.
Go ahead.
I think the secret prostitute is actually Amy. And that's why she was tied down on her bed that one time.
That makes sense.
Oh yeah, darling.
I think the voice fits too.
$20 for a cookie.
And then Tails and Sonic are going to get together, and then their balls are going to touch, and it's going to be gay, but they'll be okay with it because they're gay.
It was
Well,
now
I mean,
a new...
Sonic just recorded two babies kissing each other, but it was okay. Because they were both brothers and father and son, because, you know...
Go ahead. Read.
It was now a new day for school, and Sonic... God damn it. And Sonic went right to school. Wait, we're on chapter... Why is it... Okay, never mind. I thought we were I thought I was rereading another chapter. That's how fucking terrible this is. Sonic had Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. in his backpack. Stick the fucking kids in your backpack. Since
Stuff them in there.
Hold on. Sorry. Okay, Sonic had Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. in his backpack, since he still had them after explaining what happened to Knuckles yesterday. Okay. Sonic scratched his balls, of course he did, along the way, and they were only getting worse.
You look like spoiled meat.
Said Sonic to his balls. Sonic now talks to his balls. Is that something you guys usually do?
All the time.
Oh,
my best friend.
definitely. This is normal. This is the normal part of the story.
Sonic got to school, and the first thing he did was bring Charmy's dead head to the theater club. Because that was Charmy's favorite thing. So he's just carrying around a dead head?
That is rotting.
Sonic the Barbarian.
And Sonic thought Charmy would like it if they used his head for a mask for the next play, now that he's...
What?
What the actual fuck? Okay, it's not the weirdest thing in this fucking fanfic at this point.
This
fit my serial
really
killer?
dark really fast.
Really? Where have you been the last few chapters? Then Sonic
No,
took
keep
the rest
going.
of Charmy's body and put it outside in a trash can so no one would look and try to find it. And it could be safe and alone.
At least till trash day.
What?
Garbage day. Sonic went to his first class and his second class and even his third class. And else, okay, it really does say that. And went to lunch, where there were his friends.
Hey guys.
Sonic said to them.
Hello, Sonic.
Said Espio, the most racist of thingamabobbers? I forgot. I'm fucking giving up at
Chameleons.
this point.
I've noticed.
I am Baku from the hospital. Where is Charmy and Vector? Well, they are dead.
Said Sonic.
Vector killed Charmy, and we killed Vector. So now they are both dead. Vector was a bad guy, so we will not be in trouble.
Yeah,
Said Tails.
they will not come back to lunch anymore. I rescued Sonic and Knuckles Jr.
They will not go
God
back
damn
to
it.
lunch anymore.
That's right. Where are Knuckles, my baby with Rouge, and Knuckles Jr.?
Said Espio to Sonic and Tails.
They are right here. Here you go.
Said Sonic, and Sonic gave the two babies to Espio. What a relief. Sonic was tired of having to take care of babies that were not even his. It is good that Sonic has the best morals of all school students.
You
You school students. Because any other person pretty much would not have taken good care of them.
Hey, ass butthole.
You fucking five. Said Shadow.
It's my job to do crimes.
Then Shadow laughed and high-fived Sonic for doing a good job. Sonic was the best.
Exactly. Now you're a murderer, just like me. Thumbs up emoji.
Please explain to Silver what happened.
Said Sonic to Shadow.
Okay, I'll explain it to him. I wish he was in the same lunch period as us, but he's not.
Said Shadow in an explaining way.
I will not high-five Sonic.
Said Tails.
His balls are full of poison, and it's easily catchable.
Tails!
Screamed Sonic that made it echo through
So
everybody's
wait.
mic.
Sonic has Malaya in his balls.
Well, malaria?
No. Petrification.
Apparently.
Okay.
Sonic's just carrying around hepatitis C. He is literally
call
a
this-
fucking secret. He is a weapon. I forgot what
I
that
never
is.
knew petrification was an STD.
So
I
we
guess
call that the Medusa dick.
Medusa balls.
So it is true. You really do have a gay problem.
Said SVO.
It is okay, Sonic. Other people have problems, and your balls are just like theirs.
That is the wisest thing I've ever heard.
Okay, but this is different and bad, and it's getting only more worse.
Said Sonic with a worrying voice.
Whatever.
It is almost summer.
Said Tails.
That means high school is ending soon.
Cool, yeah. Cool, yeah. Ooh.
Said everyone at the same time. Because it was easy. Then everyone went to different classes. Tails went to his smart class that he was in with Cream, but Cream was standing outside of the class where Tails went to.
I'm sorry, I just wrote the next line and just utterly stunned. Alright, Cream, you're standing outside the class. Why?
Said Tails to Cream.
Who was Cream again?
Moko?
Oh. Is Moko there?
Didn't you hear?
Didn't you hear? Charmy is dead, and it relaxes me so much because now I do not have to break up with him. We can become true.
What the fuck? Where are we?
Jesus Christ, what happened to you, Moko?
He went brain dead.
I was gonna take over, but you go for it, Moko.
I think he just died. Where
Didn't you
the
hear
fuck
Charmy?
are we? Where are we?
About halfway down. Didn't you hear?
Chapter 19, Secret Prostitute.
Halfway down.
Yeah, didn't you hear?
Moko, you didn't have anything to drink, did you?
I think you
Moko?
had everything to drink.
Didn't you hear Charmy is the la 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 la?
Yeah, that's the line.
That's the line.
Yeah.
But we have. Wait, that says. Oh, fuck me.
Yep.
Didn't you hear? Charmy's dead, and it likes me so much because now I don't have to break up with him. We can become true boyfriend and girlfriend now.
Is this written by Christian?
Probably.
Said Cream to Tails in the hallway outside.
But we have class now.
Said Tails to Cream.
Oh my god. Second class, Smarto.
Said Cream thought. Wait, I'm sorry. Said Cream shoutingly.
Yep.
Cream pulled on Tails' hand, and that's not where I thought that was going, until his whole body moved and brought him into a closet in the goddamn it in the school.
Yep, that's where it's going.
Fred's dead. Quick, let's fuck.
This is. Quick now! We need to do
Now
boyfriend and
oh.
girlfriend.
Now I don't have to. Yeah, I don't have to break up with my beard.
It was a big enough. It was big enough. It was big enough inside for sex. Why did I go full retarded here?
I don't know, but I'm
You
loving
want me to
it.
go back to reading?
No, it was
Well,
big enough
usually
inside.
because a gentleman's closet isn't big enough for you to actually have sex in.
Moko's practice, he would know. It was big enough inside for sex, is what Tails noticed.
Wait, hey, hold up. Okay. I used to be a fucking service technician at a school. I know exactly how big those fucking rooms are, so yes. I know, you can barely get in those fucking things.
Just keep reading.
Yep.
Keep reading.
I need to find my place again. Okay.
Cream locked the door.
Cream locked the door and took off all her clothing. You know, I've had to read sex stuff before, and this is still the worst thing. Tails was so shocked. Are you okay? Tails was so shocked, but he looked at her sexy body, and it looked like a beautiful naked man.
What?
Okay, I can do this in a straight face. It looked
no,
like
you
a
can't.
beautiful naked man with a vagina.
All right, now say the next line without.
Hashtag Tumblr.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know if I can do this one without laughing. Hold on. Cream took out... Fucking swim toes. Mute yourself. Cream took out... I can do this. Cream took out her bikini. Her bikini and showed it to Tails. And he went nuts. His penis got hard as a printer. Because her vagina looked like a cold cut platter.
No! That made sense.
Wow.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Wow. 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 Cool vagina.
I'm still getting over the vagini. Shouted Tails, losing his cool way because he was nervous and excited to miss class and have sex with Cream for the first time. Tails took out all of his penis and balls. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna be honest, I thought they were gonna go with the sweet penis thing.
I only took out some of it.
Damn it, which were already ready, and he jumped right into her invitation only parts.
What the fuck?
The Tails jumped up and down with his penis inside her, cheering like a boy teen, and shaking his fists in the air like the Rocky movie. And Cream was happy because she was not a love expert too. What the fuck did I actually just read?
I'm kind of expecting, Sylvester Stallone at this point going, yeah!
Tails' penis kept getting bigger, and Cream's vagina was already pretty much full of his penis. Okay. I have had to read some of the worst shit ever because of what, Akabar and others have wrote. And I have to send this to him, because he's not going to believe when I said I found something.
Keep reading.
I should go get that Russian bastard too.
Keep reading.
Make more room. We've got company.
Yep, that's what you want to hear a guy say. Screamed Tails, and then he was able to stick his balls in too under his penis? How?
Guys, do not try that.
Please don't. Trust me, you'll never have a girlfriend again if you do. Tails fit too much genitals into Cream that it looked like there was an upside down couch sofa in her vagina. What?
What?
No!
You know what that looks like?
I just like to reiterate from the description of the journal, right? This story contains no graphic descriptions at all.
Wow.
Tails,
Yeah, that was wrong.
Tails shook around like a crazy, and Cream was slapping her hands and ears into the doors and cleaning supplies in the closet. Cream then was now trying to make him even more sex-powered by pulling on her boobs far enough out to touch his face. Ow? Like two big melty gummy bears on her body?
No, it's been established that she has like a petite body that also resembles like 4 chapters ago. Something.
No, keep reading.
So like she's pulling in it, but all she's doing is like making her fucking nipples hard.
Keep reading.
Keep going. Who's Cream?
No, this is Tails yelling to Cream. Oh no, you're right, that's Cream.
Nope. Yep.
Marco.
Right, where the fuck are we at? Ah! Oh my god. Oh my god!
Do it, you faggot,
Do it.
Dude, I will literally fucking your ass. Eat from these!
Screamed Cream, and her voice was breaking like a talking toy. that it had one of the batteries halfway out.
Oh, bad voice actor.
You know, that actually just sounds more like satanic
Oh
than
no, I
anything.
gotta read this entire sentence again. Screamed Cream, and her voice was breaking like a talking toy that had one of its batteries halfway out, and my brother spilled juice on it, so it didn't work right anymore.
Wow. Again,
That's very
you are the fucking author. Stop talking to me.
And you know what's sad? Someone probably fapped to this.
Oh god, yeah.
You're
Challenge
obliged not to break the fourth rule. Fuck.
Tails sucked on her boobies, while his penis was still in her, and got all the stuff out like he was eating yogurt.
Oh.
Oh.
No!
Can I
Guys,
please just skip that
Guys.
line because that's gonna make me sick.
I'll say it.
Eating yogurt out only with his mouth, and it supercharged him with sex.
Oh.
Sex. Eating.
Ready.
Yelled Tails to Cream, and before she could say anything, Tails started waving his flying tails, and he flew up with his penis still in her, and pointing his penis up. Okay, penis up so that she went up and was now stuck against the ceiling.
I'm about to make my semen. Get ready.
Said Tails over the sound his own tails was making. Tails flew his tails even harder, fucking hell. And Cream got pushed into the metal ceiling so hard that it made a dent. And then Tails' penis shot a gallon of his own New England clam chowder. Oh, fuck you.
What the fuck?
Into her first time vagina as opposed to your second time vagina. You can just slap those bitches on and off.
I heard third time you get a free vagina.
Buy one get one free kind of deal.
It got over,
Yeah.
it
They're
got
stamps.
overfull and spilled plenty on the ground, but not both of them cared. Tails slowed down his tail speed, and his penis got smaller, and so did her vagina. Yep, that's how it works.
Yeah.
And they were both out of breath.
Cream.
Nope, Cream's out apparently.
She's dead. She's fucking dead.
Yeah.
We are true boyfriend and girlfriend now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Said Cream. I was actually reading something else. Said Cream and hugged Tails. Tails was so
Oh, that's good.
happy and shocked that he became true boyfriend and girlfriend before Sonic did with Amy. Cream put her clothing back on and left, and Tails put his on too. Does Tails wear his clothing?
Wait, what?
Does Tails wear clothing?
Sure.
If they do in this
It's-
universe, apparently.
Yeah. But I'm looking at the next line. The fuck?
Yep.
He then
Oh,
looked
no.
to his penis and saw a golden ring on it.
I mean, people do that. They put rings on them. That's
Oh,
You
it's
gotta
called a
put a
cock
ring on
ring. Apparently.
Oh shit, we found Moko's weakness.
what is this? What is it doing here?
It's
A
just
big
because
gold
now I
ring.
have to go and fucking download a fucking Rihanna song just to make that one single fucking joke work.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
Also, it wasn't Rihanna,
If
it
you
was
like it, you
freaking
have to put a
Beyonce.
ring on it because why the fuck not?
Yeah, you have to put that clip.
Yeah,
What is
but,
this?
oh,
What is it doing here?
We're
A
probably
big
gonna
gold
get copyright
ring.
striked anyway. Said Tails, and he took off the bracelet of his penis.
Yo.
Why
Hey.
was this in Cream's vagina?
That's a good question. He thought about it, and because he was smart, remembered where he saw this thing. At the end of school, Tails ran to Sonic privately and said,
Sonic, look.
What's that?
said Sonic to Tails.
A big gold ring? Cool. Let's sell it for cash.
No.
Said Tails to Sonic.
This is Amy's bracelet.
And I found it in Cream's vagina.
What?
Said Sonic to Tails.
How did this get in there?
He took the ring and had it.
I can
Nope.
only think of one thing.
Said Tails to Tails.
I do not mean to suggest this to you and say that you are being a bad girlfriend, but maybe Amy was giving Cream hand sex.
What? Ah, no!
Shouted Sonic to Tails.
But
Sonic?
that is
Sonic had a
that is
mental
the only
breakdown.
thing that makes sense. Amy cheated on me. That loose woman. She is a concubine and a bitch.
That's not what concubine means. Sonic got madder than Tails ever saw him get mad and ran off fast. Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
Sonic did not know where he was running to. And to be real, he was not running anywhere. He was running in a really big circle. Just ding, ding, ding around the circle. Big circle around the town. And crying and screaming because Amy cheated on him. Made him feel worse than anything. Sonic ran around for hours until all of his feelings were out. And he was tired from running. And being sad and mad and feelings that are hard to say what they are. Okay. He stopped and said,
There is only one thing that can make the situation better. I have to go tell Amy that I know. Maybe she will say she is sorry.
Sonic went back to high school and over to the detention room. The security guard I don't know why we all found that one funny. Was standing outside, but Sonic used his sonic speed to speed over to him and punched him so hard in the throat that it closed up for a while. Okay, he killed someone, and he became unconscious. No, he killed someone.
No, unconscience. Unconscience.
Unconscious. Sonic took a key from his keys thing and opened the door to the detention room and saw Amy and Rouge in the corner. Amy and Rouge were both sleeping, and they looked really skinny and hungry. It made their boobs look bigger, but they also looked steps from death. That's not how it works. They had been in detention for days now, and they had not eaten or drinking any at all. Sonic.
Okay, what is the school?
Hell.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, you
prison school. Okay.
Sonic looked at Amy and felt bad for her.
It would be so easy to have sex with her right now.
Really, Sonic? Sonic said behind his face. What? In his head, but not out loud.
We could become true boyfriend and girlfriend, and I could pretend like none of this ever happened.
Like none of this did happen.
I'm reading it in a way that makes sense because I can't.
Sonic thought about it a little bit, and even gave his chubby blue penis a toss back, and forth like a baseball in the sock.
But no!
Wouldn't that hurt your penis?
Elastic penis, maybe?
Gave his chubby blue penis a toss back and forth like a baseball in shock.
I think he's just saying he's waving it or something.
Just sitting there in front of everyone waving his penis back and forth. Yeah, that seems about right for this.
That's okay, they're asleep anyway.
But no, we would not really be true, not when she cheated on me.
Sonic got ready to wake up Amy and show her her bracelet. All right, guys, let's take a 5-minute break because that fucking broke me. Vagini. I'm gonna put on a commercial for everyone to enjoy. Let's all get some drinks and shit. Be back in about 2 minutes, guys.
I'm sorry. Or Koopa, you should post the picture.
Wait, what?
He posted a really good picture.
I did.
Charity, are you there?
I think she's taking her 2-minute
Fuck
break.
it.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
The security guard.
That was from Lord Koopa.
That
Oh,
is.
you
Oh,
put-
dear God, this makes perfect sense. The author is about to start 8th grade. Author's note for this one. I'm so happy because it is now summer. Now, woohoo! I am done with school for this year, but here I come 8th grade. Also, I will be away on vacation next week, so I will not be able to write another chapter until I am back from being on the vacation. Vacia, or whatever. Makes perfect sense now.
Wait a minute.
Well, you need to
You told me
remember
this
this.
isn't a troll
This was like that was updated in 2012.
I was convinced this was a troll fic. Really convinced.
I was
Yeah,
too.
it
still
but-
is. I still think it is.
I don't know. I feel like it's really hard for this not to be a troll.
That's what I was thinking, but
Or maybe
Care,
this
you
was
back.
made in like Alabama.
It could be. I don't know, but
An Alabama
it
8th
makes
grader.
perfect sense now.
No, Florida 8th grader.
Sonic High School.
Yep.
New Sonic.
go.
Are we still waiting?
Is everyone back?
Yeah.
I am.
Moko, you back?
I think
Apparently
Mocha's dead.
Yeah, I don't blame him. He's offed himself a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think Twinkles is glad she fucking swim poo-pooed herself.
Yeah, she
I
just
missed-
kind of up and fucked right the hell off on that one.
She might be smarter than the rest of us.
Yeah, because we're still reading this shit.
We're so close to being done.
There are 6 chapters left. There's fuck all left.
We can do this.
Come on. Just
We
power
Don't you need
through,
to see the?
guys.
Don't we want to
Power
see the
through.
climax?
Power through.
Haven't we already seen it a few times?
like play video games? Okay. Wake
You know
up!
what's even worse is someone's gonna fucking find worse than this.
Yeah, I won't be surprised.
So who's reading?
I can read again if wanted.
Whose
I can
turn is
narrate it.
Somebody's gotta.
I'll take this
Let's see.
Oh, you're not doing Overwatch, Lord Koopa?
What?
You have to-
No,
you
we're
have to-
finishing this.
We're finishing this?
I thought that's what the plan was.
I mean,
Sure.
okay. Let's do this.
Chapter 20. Wake up! Said Sonic to Amy as he kicked her a little on the ground, where she was lying, looking like a dead woman, but she was not actually dead. Wake up! Amy opened her eyes and blinked and rubbed her eyes and then sat up a little.
Sonic!
She said in a voice like a person who was living poorly.
Is that you?
Amy looked so old and dead from being in detention. It looked like she did not eat or drink at all in a week. Yes, it is. Now, listen, said Sonic angrily to Amy, who was still on the ground looking up while looking dying. Do you know where I found this? Sonic held out Amy's gold bracelet from her hand so that she was not wearing it. So it must have been hers. What? No, that's Moko. Go.
What?
Said Amy to Sonic, looking confused and tired.
Excuse me for while I'm figuring. I'm messing about with some wires. So yeah. Okay, no. There we go. And they should be fixed now. So yeah. I did the what? And yeah, it's your turn.
Said Amy to Sonic, looking confused and tired.
That is mine. Where did you find that?
Jesus Christ, Moko.
Amy coughed and sounded like a diseased African kids.
Really?
Okay, what the fuck?
I'm gonna enjoy
Wow.
my sunny delights. Now I finally had one after like 3 years.
Did you remember to add water?
I
I just asked you
Oh
that,
god, it's fucking nasty.
said Sonic to Amy in an angry and annoyed way. So, you were not gonna tell me where the bracelet was?
I don't know,
said Amy to Sonic with a crackly sounding voice. It was up Cream's vajayjay, that is where, said Sonic to Amy. Why was your jewelry in another girl's vagina? Screamed Sonic.
Well, you know, when girls have fun, right?
Girls just wanna have fun. But
Screamed,
not like that.
Screamed Sonic.
I was like, what? Wow, you idiot. Okay. Wow, idiot. I just asked you that. Right, sorry, fuck.
You're like
way
4
too dumb for
lines
this.
down. 4 more
I'm
lines
not
down.
4 lines down.
Yeah, I said Amy.
Yeah, I
said Amy, trying to say what she wanted to in response to Sonic. Say you were sorry to me, shouted Sonic at Amy.
No, Sonic. I
said Amy in still a slow, dying way like that.
Fuck you!
If you're not gonna say that you were sorry for cheating on me with another girl's vajayjay, then we are done! Shouted Sonic with all of his rage running out of his mouth like a train full of swords. Sonic was also did not even notice he was crying, which was out of his eyes.
As opposed to his nose.
I love the descriptions in this.
Yes.
I know, they're magic.
A train full of swords. What?
Ow, Sonic, don't.
Said Amy like a weakling, but before she could say the rest of her words, Sonic ran out of the detention room and shut the door behind him, so they were still in there, and he did not rescue them.
And yet
Sonic
he's supposed to have the best morals of
Wait,
everybody
no,
in
no,
the
no,
high school.
Can I just
That
point
doesn't
out?
mean he has good morals.
Can I just point out, in the school detention, they starve you, lock you in a room. On the other side, there's a security guard.
Yep.
Okay. Alright,
Ze must
where were we?
purge the unclean.
Sonic ran fast as he could to his home and slammed the door behind him and screamed into his bed and cried and punched things and was just so emotional. Sonic could not take all of this pain from being betrayed by his girlfriend, the person he was one day going to go and get married to and have children with and live in the same house with and be with together. Sonic knew it was not fair that this would happen and that he also had the deadliest disease in the world and would end up dying before everyone else. He cut his wrists a little.
God damn it. I know, I was just thinking the same thing.
He cut his wrists a little.
Oh,
But
god
did
damn
not
it!
do too much because it was dangerous, like they said at the presentation at school.
Crawling in basket.
So his name is Ebony
The
now?
foods.
Yep.
Not you. Wait. Is he listening to MCR?
Don't know. We should keep reading and find out.
Oh, if he is, I'm taking the headphones off and not coming back.
Twink had the right idea. Twink,
Yeah.
save us. Save me.
Think what the fuck to sleep.
That's sad. Sonic cried so hard that he fell asleep. And then he woke up a little while later and looked in the mirror at himself. He did not want to see him anymore because that was all about him being ruined by other people, even when he was the nicest to everyone. Sonic reached into his drawers and pulled out black hair dye. Sonic filled up the
Oh,
bathtub
you gotta be fucking
just
yanking me.
and it looked
Dick.
like a portal to the evil world, and then took a bath in it. And when he came out, all of his fur was black. There was no blue on him anymore anywhere. He
No.
looked
Original
like
character,
Shadow,
do not steal.
but only
No.
similar.
Oh God, no! You gotta be
Original
fucking kidding me.
Original character, do not steal.
Sonic looked into the mirror again. Now that he was not blue anymore, he did not say anything, but only looked at himself and looked angry. But not at himself, but at everyone else.
Oh, Lupin's asleep.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at Gothic Sonic, and the first thing that came up was Shadow. You smooth
goddamn it.
motherfuckers on Google.
Okay. Then Sonic next jumped out of his bedroom window instead of going around and down and using the front door. It was bad, like something Shadow would do. Sonic ran away to the tattoo store and looked at their tattoos.
Toes,
They were
your
all
kitten's meowing.
Huh?
Your kitten's
Oh.
meowing.
Yeah. Aries, chill. What? Oh, great. Someone keep reading. I need to take this call.
You're up,
Where is
Chrono.
it? Where are we? Sorry, my brain just shut off.
Then Sonic jumped out of his bedroom window instead of going around.
Oh, okay.
Blah blah blah.
Then Sonic next jumped out of his bedroom window instead of going down around and down and using the front door. It was bad, like something Shadow would do. Sonic ran away to the tattoo store and it looked at their tattoos. They were all gay. He did not see one that he wanted, but then he went to the tattoo man and threatened him until he let him into the secret back room of tattoos for free. My God. There were a lot of cool, bad tattoos back in the back room, like ones with guns, cigarettes, and motorcycles, and middle fingers, and some with also curse words on them, and commas.
I'm sorry.
But Sonic knew which one he wanted finally, and he saw it. Sonic got "fuck girls" tattooed right across his chest because he was sick of being ruined by girls like Amy and Cream, who let Amy into her vagina. So it was the fault of her It was the fault of her too. Sonic ran back home and waited for the next day, kicking and punching things the whole times, like a total badass. It was now the next day of high school, and new Black Sonic, like Sonic but darker, went to school, looking like an angry black man. Wow.
I found
That's
it
it.
finally!
God damn it.
I finally
Instead
found
of-
a goddamn emo fucking Sonic. That took way too fucking long.
And instead of a nice blue man like he was every other day, this was the new Sonic, and everyone better watch out because he is sick of the world. Shadow was walking in the hallway and he saw Sonic. "Hey, Sonic," said Shadow to Sonic. "What is up with your new black fur?"
Okay, my lines do not steal.
Oh, whoops. Original lines do not steal.
Hey, Sonic, what is up with your new black fur? Oh, that's right. He's gone AFK for the moment. Don't talk to me.
Said Sonic in a voice darker than Shadow. When he was committing crimes, he
Don't
sounded
talk to
so
me.
angry at me.
What? Are you trying to copy off me now?
Shadow laughed and smiled, saying this to Sonic. Sonic gave him one look, and almost like being black gave him power.
So now black people have powers. Yes, it's confirmed.
Sonic punched Shadow right in the mouth, on his face. Where else would it be? And Shadow went flying across the room and hit the wall and was all bloody. Sonic kept walking like nothing happened at all, but other people were looking at him now, becoming scared of the new Black Sonic. Sonic went to all of his classes, but he did not talk to anyone. Even Miss Lesson and the other teachers looked afraid of Sonic, because he was now scary.
Because
Sonic did some other things, though, like shove a teenage idiot in his locker. Then he punched a student who had autism for laughing at him.
No, really, does it say that?
Yes.
it does.
Sonic did not go to lunch, though. He just went outside where no one was and masturbated.
What?
Seriously.
What? Hello?
And masturbated on
Oh
his
my god, it
penis.
really does say autism.
Masturbated on his penis and thought about his angry feelings, which were like giant bees flying around on fire,
Not
fucking
bees.
metal. Then Tails came outside, Sonic, I was looking for you, and I found you. Why are you not at lunch? Said Tails to Sonic, who was sitting on a curb thing. Why? Why?
Leave me alone.
Said Sonic to Tails, in the angry way like before. Are you mad? Said Tails to Sonic.
I said, leave me alone!
Shouted Sonic to Tails, and he threw a rock at him. The rock missed Tails, and Tails went over to Sonic. No, Sonic, you are my best friend, said Tails to Sonic. Tell me what is wrong. Why are you black?
Sonic looked mad and frustrated.
Sorry, I just looked at the chat.
Oh, Sonic looked mad and frustrated.
Hey, but let off a little and opened
welcome back.
Tails like a book opening. No, sorry guys, I had to take a quick call from work.
Everything okay?
Yeah, it is now.
Okay, cool.
Fixed it. So, where were we again? Like a book opening. Fine.
Okay.
That
Bitch!
Amy, who is not my girlfriend anymore, would not say sorry to me, so I broke up with her, said Sonic to Tails. But Sonic was not looking at Tails, he was looking at the ground.
'Cause he's emo.
Oh my god. Panic.
Said Tails to Sonic. He was looking at Sonic, though. No, I am over her. I am different now. I have learned about the world, and I am not so stupid and happy like I used to be. I am black now, Sonic said to Tails, sounding still angry, even though he was talking to Tails.
Oh, okay.
Said Tails, sounding sad and disappointed. Disappointed.
Disappointed? I'm adding that to my vocabulary.
I just wanted to make sure you are okay. Espio was worried about you too. He also said Knuckles might fail out of high school because he is now a baby and is having the hardest time doing his classes as a baby. I thought I brought you a sandwich.
Tails gave the sandwich to Sonic, and he ate it like a rhino chewing up a bag of humans. And when he finished the sandwich, the next period started, and Sonic and Tails went to the rest of their classes. Sonic then went home at the end of the day and lied down in his bed and looked up.
Fuck!
Everyone. Though Sonic inside of his head, not saying it out loud.
Fuck!
The world. I am gonna die and no one cares about me. Sonic just lied and thought, and then did a workout to become big and strong. Sonic sat down at the end of it, tired and sweaty, but now strong. What can I do? Thought Sonic. Wait! Amy and Rouge gets out of detention tomorrow. Sonic looked at his body in front of him and then said, I'm gonna make that
bitch
pay!
Dun, dun, dun.
They're just getting out of detention now? Where's Knuckles Jr.? Where's the kid?
With Espio.
Okay. Wait, isn't Espio a baby?
No, that's Knuckles that's a baby. Espio's
Okay.
the father, Espio is the adopted father of Knuckles, and Knuckles Jr. is the son of Knuckles the baby.
Got it. Okay, thanks. I need.
No problem.
I'm amazed that Shadow has been able to keep this thing going and like figured this shit out because I knocked out a long time ago.
That's okay. I'll take over this chapter.
You gotta read the author's note.
Yeah, I know. Chapter 21. Evil and black. They're bad. I'm sorry, Flock. Freudian slip right there.
Evil. Evil and a person but darker color.
Yes. Wow, I am back. I see that I have earned some haters since I was away, leaving mean reviews. But just so you all know, this story is rated M and is for mature audiences only. Just because you do not get or understand adult material does not mean you should pass judgment on it. So keep on hating. Keep on hating on, haters, because I'm going to finish this story because it's so popular. If you leave nice reviews, thank you. Chapter 21.
At least he didn't say fuck the preps.
Yeah, true. Sonic woke up out of his bed and onto the floor and was still angry. Now Sonic was Black Sonic, and he had a tattoo. Sonic got ready for school by putting on scary things like chains and spiky collars that made him look like an SNM video, but made him look bad, and went to high school. Sonic went to his classes but did not do what he was told to do in class. He did not talk to anyone, and instead he went on the computer and looked at videos of cigarettes and knives, because that's cool.
He's like
Sonic
the
then
biggest
arrived.
fucking wannabe in the universe.
I know.
I love him.
That's awesome. Sonic then arrived near the lunchroom, which is where they were having lunch, as opposed to the cafeteria, which is the same goddamn thing but only different. But Sonic's friends. Okay, period. That's the end of the sentence. Sonic just looked in from outside while everyone was inside, and no one was outside but Sonic and like an alive snowman that looks in your window on Christmas. Sonic saw stroke time. Sonic saw Amy and Rouge, looking still skinny but now eating food in such a happy way. Sonic can hear them talking.
Wow, I am so glad we're out of detention,
said Amy to Rouge.
Where the fuck are we?
Like 4 lines down.
The fourth dog.
The word yes.
Oh, yes. Thanks to Silva, we have been escaped from the detention.
Said Rouge in a stuttering manner to Amy. It looked like Silver did the hero thing to do and saved Amy and Rouge from detention, and now they were out. Sonic was not happy about it, though, being black.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Is detention permanent?
Yes, seriously. Clearly don't know how
Detention
it
means
works.
death.
Were they just gonna be starved to death?
Yep.
Haggard.
Bitches. Said Sonic to the window next to the door that he was looking through into the lunchroom from the outside. Fucking Christ. Sonic saw Tails and Espio and all the other people go over to Amy and Rouge, laughing and smiling that he hung out with before he turned black, and he got mad and sad and left. Sonic walked by the lunchroom's food area, which was a different room but attached to the lunchroom in the same area, which was also different, but there was a separate door that you could get into this part where the food was being made. Sonic walked by and looked in, and the lunch lady was there giving food to all the teenagers, and she saw Sonic and looked surprised at how he looked now with black fur and a tattoo. But then she got over it and waved and smiled. Sonic looked away and kept walking, and behind him the lunch lady looked sad and disappointed and worried. Sonic left the school completely, which is really bad and will get you into big trouble, and went to the Chinese restaurant because apparently he likes Chinese food a lot. He got some Chinese food and ate it, and with his food came a magical fortune cookie, which is actually science. Don't believe me? Just buy it. Where there is a piece of paper inside with a magical fortune of science on it that tells the future. I am completely ad-libbing this shit at this point.
Guys,
Yeah.
just no. Take a deep breath before you say the magic cookie.
Okay.
Oh my god, are you okay, Shadow?
Yeah, just
I know
kind of.
we have-
He has to be prepared to read this line.
Alright. I'm not looking ahead. Sonic opened the cookie and ate the cookie, but kept the paper, and it said, "You
Put
will
the
not
cookie
have
down."
many friends if you are black." Sonic thought Sonic... Sonic thought about being a racist bitch about what it said and wondered what it could mean, and what it could mean for him, because it was so mysterious, always reading these cookies and their messages. After Sonic went back to school and missed one of his classes, but went to the next one, but on the way to the school, the hall man tried to stop Sonic, so Sonic punched him right in the face so hard that he almost died and got past him. Sonic finished his school day and went home and punched things and leaving holes in everything that showed he was stronger than everyone now. Sonic also looked at porn that he was not like he usually... Sonic also looked at porn that was not like he usually did, now with things like Africans and dragons.
Oh my god.
I'm taking over the next one. I think we should do it like I think we should do the rest of this like we did My Immortal.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Sonic was becoming so scary, because apparently Africans are scary. Even though he was very scary now as Black Sonic, his balls were still the same and did not get cured, as if
It
being
became
black
night in
cures
the
your
world, but
balls.
Sonic did not go to sleep like a normal person. In fact, when it got really dark out, Sonic got out of his room from the window and left because Sonic was black now. No, no one could see him in the dark. That's not how it works. Unless you look pacifically.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're he's in the Pacifics. You can find him.
Specifically hard just for Sonic. But who was going to do that? Sonic left and went to a bad neighborhood and bought drugs like marijuana
Spelled
and
MAROWANA.
and ate
God.
some of them and kept the
That's
rest
not
of
what you
his
do with it.
That's not how you do it.
Clearly, you're not Black Sonic. You don't know.
Sonic has really
That's
changed.
hardcore.
Sonic has really changed
I'm
from being the one with the best morals to the one with the worst. Like a seagull becoming angry because it would not get any breadcrumbs in the parking lot. Okay, next person, go.
I'm just gonna say somebody's gonna take all my lines because
Wait, so are we gonna do
it's
like
fucking
a new reader every
4 in the
paragraph now?
morning.
Go to bed.
Yeah.
Okay, go to
Yeah,
bed.
yeah.
I'll take over for.
Dude,
your
I'll hang
lines.
up on you. Go to bed.
Sonic
Yeah,
moved
mate.
on from the
Yeah.
bad neighborhood to where he wanted to go to next. Amy's house. Sonic's brain was now being controlled by drugs, and he was becoming even worse than when he was just black. Sonic went to Amy's window, and looked into it and saw her sleeping on her bed like a DVD, not being
Keep
used.
going.
His head filled up with anger, but it was in a way that he actually became kind of happy and angry and laughed, like he wanted to do something bad to her. Sonic looked down at his tattoo that said, "Fuck girls," and it reminded him of what she had done to him.
Next
I'm
person.
going to also say it's also probably going to remind him of what he's going to do.
So,
Yeah, pretty much.
are we just reading every other paragraph?
Yeah.
Is that how we're doing it?
Yeah,
It's gonna get a
I
lot
can
easier
take-
that way.
Okay, I guess
because this one's long.
Sonic was so evil that he punched through the window and ran fast right to Amy's bed, and she started to wake up a little from being in sleep mode. Her eyes
She's a
were just
robot.
blinking a little, and she was obviously could not see well at all, and especially could not see Sonic because it was dark and he was now black, which was like camouflage. Sonic just grinned at her with an evil look, and just as she started to open her eyes and see his white eyes above her, he punched her right in the face. Sonic was now in a lot of, or, I'm sorry, Amy was now in a lot of pain, but still confused and surprised, and maybe thought she was nightmaring, but no, it was real. And knew Black Sonic on drugs was about to beat all of her
Shit.
out of her.
Fuck you, girl! He screamed, but still smiled, and punched her more in the face until all of her teeth got knocked out and she was like a grandma who could only eat pudding and not steak. Amy was now screaming and crying, but he stuck a thing in her mouth, and she couldn't do anything. He was so mad and under the powers of marijuana, and he looked at her and looked so afraid and scared, but he was smiling and angry. Sonic's black rage was coming out through his fists with violence.
But then all of a sudden, Amy kicked her foot up and hit Sonic right in the balls. Thank God, because the blanket.
So she's dead.
Yeah.
Nope,
the
nope.
blankets were over Amy's foot as she did it, so she did not touch Sonic's balls disease. Okay, it still
Okay, good.
hurt him very much though, and he fell off her bed and was in pain from being hit in the balls, which was the most powerful spot on a man. So it hurts the hardest because it is like the information superhighway of your body.
I thought that was the central
Oh,
nervous
that's
system.
great.
Sonic hurt so much from this that it was like a hit to his brain, and all of the drugs fell out of his brain. Sonic suddenly looked around him and saw he was in Amy's room. He ran over to the bed, kind of knowing what just happened, but wondering if it was a dream, like Amy was thinking, but it was not. But it was not. Next!
Sorry, yeah, I'm just.
Taking a
Just
moment.
taking this. Yeah, just all right.
Sonic was all lying over Amy's body, and they were perfectly still, like a couple of candy canes. But one was sitting on an invisible bench over the other. They were both so big as they looked. Their eyes were both so big as they looked at each other, both scared and shocked at what it was that was happening. Amy's mouth was all bloody, and no teeth was in it, like a hole that went through straight to China. Instead, it was to her boobs and that vagina.
Okay.
By the way, this is why sex ed is actually an important class.
Yes, it is.
Sonic and Amy did not say anything either.
Sonic
I can read the
suddenly
next.
looked-
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You can go.
Sonic suddenly looked sad and scared and got off of her bed and backed away toward the side of the room and ran out of it. Sonic was feeling so many feelings, being scared and sad and shocked and surprised. He could feel little baby tears at the sides of his eyes like Jewish people being thrown up in the air at a bar mitzvah.
What?
What the
What the
What is
hell?
It gets better.
Don't bring my motherfucking people into this.
He ran as fast as he could straight down the road. He ran out of the town and through the forest like a deer that could only use a car and to the edge of the forest where there was a giant cliff. Sonic ran off the edge of the cliff in order to die.
Okay, now we can be complete dicks and end it this week here, and then just finish this up next week, or we could just power through the rest of this thing.
We might as well power through the rest of this thing
Yeah,
because
why
we're on 22. We got to get to 25.
Yeah.
We got 3 more chapters after this.
And this is part of the 3.
Oh, thank
No,
God, no.
this is-
No. The saddest day ever.
So, are you ready to get, or you want me to?
You go.
Okay. We are gathered here today to put Sonic into the ground, said the funeral man. Sonic died, and when you die, you're dead for good. The other day, a security camera in the woods saw Sonic run off a cliff, and he fell all the way down and hit the ground at the bottom next to the river. His body got so messed up. He is dead for sure, I promise.
Everyone was at the funeral place, which they decided to put in the garden of the school, so they could bury... Sonic is now a food. So they could
he's a berry.
E-R-R-Y.
bury Sonic at high school, which is where he spent most of his time as a teen. No shit. All
Yeah,
of
he was
Sonic's
trapped there.
friends who were there were attending his funeral. Tails was right in front and was crying. And next to him was Amy, who was crying the most, and she was hugging Sonic's mom with her face in her boobs, who was crying too, but not so loud, like a honking horn on a bike that she was not squeezing too hard. What the fuck? Everyone was so sad because Sonic was now dead. There was also Rouge and Cream, who was wearing a big ring with a really big... Okay, I'm reading this right. Big shiny white Jew Jew in it, and they were also crying because they are women, and who cannot control their emotions. Well, fuck you, do, buddy. Knuckles and Knuckles Jr.
No,
were there.
emotoins.
Emotons?
Emotions.
Emotion.
They could not. They're emotions. Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. were there, and being held and crying like in a baby way. Fuck, I've gone retarded. And there was Silver, who was crying a little, and even Espio too was crying a little bit at the funeral where they all were. Miss Lesson was there, and she was crying, which made her look uglier. And the lunch lady, who was there too. And even though she was big and strong, she cried because Sonic is dead. Sonic's Chinese doctor was there too also. He did not cry because his eyes were too small to
Wow.
Oh, this has got to be a fucking troll thing at this point. Charmy and Vector were not at Sonic's funeral because they were dead now. Blaze the cat was not there because no one liked her and no one invited her.
Wow. So, okay. The fuck. Everyone is there except for me.
Oh yeah, he forgot you completely, didn't he?
Nope. Next paragraph. Who's next?
Chrono.
Oh, Amy looked at Rouge and said to Rouge,
Rouge, where's Shadow? He said he was going to come to Sonic's funeral. He is not here.
Amy sounded weird and sad, and she did not have any teeth, so all of her words came out idiotly. It was like she was a ghost who could not speak a language that humans could understand. She usually did not talk now. That she did, not teeth, because Sonic punched them all out of her mouth and into space before he killed himself.
Wow.
I'm
Can
sorry.
I just say, is Sonic like All Might?
Is he like a what?
All Might. He just fucking punched those teeth into outer space.
Yep.
Are we doing our lines or are we just reading these?
What do you want to do?
I would say just read the chapter or just read the paragraph completely because it would just get it done faster.
Okay. So
I do not know. Is it that he could be late that he's not here? Said Rouge to Amy in a sad way. They were right. Shadow was not there. Shadow was dark, but even he was not dark enough to not go to Sonic's funeral. So why was it
No.
that he was not?
No. Unreal.
wow.
Unreal.
Unreal, you're right.
Unreal.
Wow. Okay.
That's like a funeral, but funner.
Tails.
Said Amy now to Tails instead of Rouge, who was on the other side of her, more towards the middle of it.
Where's Shadow? Shadow is not here.
Tails looked really sad and crying some, and everyone thought he was going to kill himself in a few days because he is so sad and his best friend is now his dead friend.
He got an upgrade.
I do not know, and it's pissing me off. I should send a robot to kill him, said Tails, sounding mad and sad. Amy made a sad and disappointing face and said, High school drama is so crazy.
You make me have a fucking stroke.
Then the funeral man went back to the front like a standing racehorse, going to the front and started talking again. Hello, family and friends and teenagers. We are going to talk about why we love Sonic so much and we miss him. Everyone please come up and say a nice thing about Sonic so we can remember him before we put him down. Like old Noah.
Tails got up first and went to the spot where he was and said, Sonic was my best friend. He was the coolest and fastest, and he always knew what to do when we were bored and wanted to have fun. We lived in different houses, but it is like we did not, because we saw each other on the bus. I miss Sonic. Tails started to cry more, and everyone thought that was sad, and Tails went back. Then Amy and Sonic's mom both did not go because they were both crying too much, and Amy was embarrassed of her no teeth at all.
Oh my god, they actually kept something canon.
Your turn, Purity.
Oh. Then got up Rouge, who was holding Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. like a sexy pelican carrying 2 watermelons in its mouth.
What?
I give up.
Alright. Yep.
I'm going to miss Sonic so much, said Rouge. He was such a cool and nice guy, with the best morals, and everyone knew his penis was bigger than everyone else's. Oh, I don't care if you give a shit.
That hurts! That physically hurts!
Rouge was so sex-thinking, but it was okay, because it is all about saying good things about about the dead person at a fun reel. Oh no, wait, he's out there right. That's not funeral.
It's not a fun reel anymore.
And everyone
Okay.
nodded anyway because it was. It just ends there.
Okay. Knuckles said, I am a baby now, and I have always been Sonic's friend, and I miss him, and I wanted him to take care of me as a baby, and helping me with my schoolwork as a baby now. And then Knuckles Jr. said,
I haven't known Sonic for a few years, but he's the coolest guy I've known. He was so fast and smart and good at everything. I wish he didn't kill himself. Damn idiot.
Then Espio went and said some more sad things, and so did Cream and Silver, but the author was too lazy to actually write it. So the rest of everyone, like a conga line of being sad. The lunch lady said that she will always miss Sonic, and that he was a nice boy, and that she wanted to take him and his friends to see Asia. And Sonic's doctor said that it might not be so bad that Sonic died, because now his ball disease has been neutralized.
You can't go to a funeral and say, it's not so bad, it's dead.
Don't worry. His bone disease is now no longer incurable. He dead, so he okay now.
By the time that everyone was done saying things about Sonic, they were also tired from crying and hungry, and that they needed to stop and have some food. They had caramel because Sonic really liked it, and after that time he had it. There, on vacation, and they had soda because on vacation, and they had a soda because it always made them smile. Soda makes bubbles, and it is cool because of how they do it.
How do they?
They
Do it.
How do they do it?
Bubbles? How?
Chat, can you tell us how do they do the bubbles? We are confused.
How do they do it?
I need to know.
All right, I guess it's me now.
Mm-hmm.
But still, even after they did all this, Shadow was not here, and some people thought that was rude, and Tails was about ready to find him and cut his homo throat.
Shadow is still not here.
Said Tails, just out loud to everyone, and not really anyone.
What the heck? Okay, said the funeral man. Stop eating. We're going to put Sonic into the ground forever.
What the fuck? Aren't you supposed to do that first?
No, you have to go have a snack first.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. We're going to put this little bitch into the ground now, but we're going to take a 5-minute break. There's a buffet line over there. We've got cheese fondue. Just make sure you're back in 5 minutes so we can bury this dumb bastard.
And
Everyone
that's how we're gonna have
started-
Shadow's funeral.
Everyone started to yelp and cry because that meant Sonic would never come back because you would get tired of digging him up. That you would quit even if he was alive.
If he was alive, why?
Why is this even in the question?
No. I could see them if he was alive, closing the casket and taking him back.
Sonic's just been taking a nap this entire time.
Everyone went back to the sitting zone. It's like Green Hill Zone.
So-
Yes, sitting chair zone. And sat in chairs, and the funeral man and his dead person workers.
Wait, his dead person workers. So his workers are also dead.
Oh wait, it
Yeah,
gets
there's
better.
zombies.
It gets so
His
much
dead
better.
workers picked up the coffin, spelt with
Fucking Ebony returned.
like it was only a cotton candy suitcase.
What?
What? Hello?
A
And lifted it over a big hole in the ground. They made for Sonic.
Eric, you do not steal.
Okay, here he goes, said the funeral man, and they dropped the coffin into the hole, and it made a loud sound.
Oh my god, this retard legitly doesn't know how to spell coffin.
Yeah.
No. That's... Wow, wait! Said a voice from the back, and would you guess it? It was Shadow, who was now here at the funeral, finally, here after it was almost done. And then he said, I have to say something about my friend before you cover him with the dirt. Shadow walked up to the front, and Tails reached out and punched him right in the balls as he was walking by, and it would put Shadow's balls out of business.
Oh, you bitch!
Don't be late! What? Don't be late. Why are you late? That is so mean to Sonic and everyone, said Tails screamingly. Shadow was going backwards in pain because his balls felt like two apples getting eaten by birds. Ow! I'm sorry, listen! I have a reason, just listen, said Shadow, back in pain to Tails. Everyone pretty much agreed with Tails on punching Shadow to show how to respect, but Silver said that he should listen to people before doing something, and that the lunch lady said that sometimes you should just be nice instead of being mean, and people will learn the lesson anyway. So even Tails is the smartest sometimes. He gets a little crazy, and other people can teach him things that he did not know, but he is still the smartest.
Shadow finished being in a super ball in super ball pain and went to the speaking area and said, "Listen, everyone. Sonic, who died, has also been my friend. I may be a I know, thank God Christ. Why can't I say it? I may be a dark guy, and I may disagree with Sonic sometimes, but he is always my friend, and I will miss him so much, even though it has only been a few days since he jumped off the big cliff and messed up his body to death." but I have something I think everyone will all like. Shadow took out a bag that looked glowing from it. "I spent my whole my whole life collecting the Ultra Chaos Emeralds, and these are them. What they do is grant you one wish when you use them, and then you have to go hide them before you die. And after 100 years, someone else can find them and use them." Oh my motherfucking god, he actually did just watch Dragon Ball.
Yeah, pretty much.
"Well, it is time that they are used once again."
Guys, I just want to point out that Dragon
I'll
Ball
finish it.
and Dragon Ball and
Shadow-
Dragon Balls hid themselves. We have to actually go after we use this and hide
These are
every
like the lazy.
individual.
This is like the shitty version of Dragon Ball. Shadow held the bag. Shadow held the bag of them up in the air and said, "Ultra Chaos Emeralds, I call up the gods and use you to bring the powers down and give them to me to grant my wish. I wish..." I'm sorry, Shadow, that's my impression of you.
I had noticed. You want me to just do that line real quick?
Yes, please.
Ultra Chaos Emeralds, I call upon the gods and use you to bring the powers down and give them to me to grant my wish. I wish.
And he did a dramatic stop, and everyone looked shocked and amazed and surprised at what he was going to wish for. I swear to God, if he wishes for anything else, I'll be happy. What would Shadow wish for? Is it gonna be for a
Guns.
lot of money? Shadow raised his face up.
Horrible vehicle levels.
I wish to bring Sonic back to healthy life so I can kill him myself.
The bag glowed really hard, and everyone was making a big deal and talking and going around. The funeral man and his people got up Sonic's coffin out of the hole and put it back in front of everyone. The funeral man used his tool to open the coffin. I am fucking 5 years old in immaturity right now. And there was Sonic. He talked to him, shook him, and checked for a heartbeat. But no fairy tales are not real, and Sonic was dead. Thank you.
Wow.
That was anticlimactic.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's what I would have done.
Chapter 23.
For the dark gods.
What went wrong?
Wow, I feel like an idiot.
Said Shadow inside of him to himself, not speaking out loud.
I thought I could revive Sonic from being dead, but I could not.
Shadow tried using the Ultra Chaos Emeralds to make Sonic become alive for another time, but he definitely did not. Shadow made a big deal out of it, and everyone yelled at Shadow and threw their shoes at him for being an ass. Now Sonic is way down in the ground and dead, so he has to keep going and figure out the rest of high school. Wait, what? Sonic is way down in the ground and dead, but has to figure out how to go through. Okay, that works. Shadow went home by.
To being done.
I know. Shadow went home by walking because taking Omega would have made it too much longer to get to Sonic's funeral, so he went by walking. Shadow walked home, and now he was there safely, without getting hit by any cars at all. Shadow went up into his house and into his bedroom, and was all and it was all a black and red place, like a volcano inside. It looked dark and cool, but not scary, like a haunted house, which is scary and has ghosts. Shadow grabbed his sack and looked at his jewels, and then he put them on the bed.
That phrasing is so good.
I know. Shadow looked at them, the Ultra Chaos Emeralds.
Wow, they're so pretty and big. Why did they not work?
Said Shadow. Shadow looked at them more, further, and then he screamed because something was shocking to him. He knew what was wrong with the crystals, and what it was that one of them was missing. It was easy to see now that they were not in his bag, because the one that was missing was the white one, which looks less colored than the rest of them because it is not a powerful in color like red or yellow or green.
Okay, next person.
Shit. Okay.
Well, Shadow can say his line, though.
Okay.
Shit! Shit!
Screamed Shadow at his bed, where the things were.
Where's the last crystal? I cannot find it. It is not here. Where did it go?
Shadow was screaming and going positively nuts about it. Shadow felt like a mother kangaroo who lost her baby after it left her front pocket and left it behind at the jungle, where there were dangerous things that would eat it, because the crystal was so cool looking and big that anyone would take it if they saw it. Even though if there's laws that said something is there, you would just bring it to the police so they could take
Who
it
is
and show
fucking
it to
molesting
everyone.
their mic?
Sorry, I had an itch on the top of my head, and I was trying to move my headset so I can scratch it. Oh, God.
Can take it and show it to everyone. See if it's theirs. And if it is, they can have it without being nervous due to losing it. Shadow was so pissed because this did not happen, even though he lost it.
I have to find it.
Screamed Shadow, like an opera singer seeing a ghost.
Oh, okay, if you want that. I have to find it!
Shadow has finally become the fag that he always meant to be.
Shadow
I
quick
approve.
went to Omega, the name of Shadow's carp, by the way, and got in it, and touched him to make the map appear.
Omega, set your trackers to find the last Ultra Chaos Emerald because it is lost.
Omega made all kinds of beeping and computer noises sounded like a bag of technology. Beep, beep, boop, here it is, said Omega to Shadow, sitting in him, in the driver's seat, and on Omega's map screen came a red dot that said the last Ultra Chaos Emerald was there. It was not in the cityscape like before. Now it was much closer. So Shadow drove so fast. Am I just to keep reading?
Okay. No,
No,
I'll
it's
go now.
Toast's
We can
turn.
go. Yeah, we can go.
Okay.
Yeah, second. Drove so fast. So we're at what? Shadow finished?
Yep.
Yeah.
Shadow finished and got to the place where the red dot was beeping about.
Wow, is it a house?
Said Shadow. Does that,
Does that
mean...
Sorry, I got used to it.
No, you're good. Go.
Does that mean someone stole the Ultra Chaos Emerald and put it in their house? Is it true?
Shadow got out of the car and went to the side of the house. It was only a little dark outside because it was not late enough or at night to be the darkest possible. So Shadow went into the window and looked inside. It looked normal, not like a crazy place. Shadow climbed up to the side of the house window and looked like it was where the dot was coming from. And Shadow opened the window and broke inside.
No, ass.
Said Shadow as he got in, hurting his foot a little. Ah! Screamed the person who was there in the room that Shadow broke into.
Cream.
Screamed Shadow at Cream, who was it. Shadow, what are you doing here? Should not you be making a big fool out of yourself at the circus? Like you were trying to do with Sonic's funeral? There was so much disrespect coming from you.
What the
Cream
actual
stomped her
fuck?
feet and made an angry face at him.
No, Cream, you do not see.
Said Shadow, thinking, but like an idiot, so he came out and saying a bunch of times, sounding not correct.
What? What do you want? If it is nothing, please leave my home before I call the police, said Cream to Shadow.
I'm here to seduce you,
said Shadow, finally deciding upon a thing. Shadow took out his big, big, black, cool penis, and it was smoking at the end like he was just finished getting it ready for a big sex opportunity.
His penis was smoking.
Okay. Yeah, this just got really fucking weird really goddamn quick.
We are so
Don't
close to
worry.
the end, guys.
I know.
So is Shadow, apparently.
Shadow! said Cream, still looking shocked. What? Shadow felt a little nervous, but did not let it show on his face or his torrid genitals.
Yes, Cream. I want to pay for all your children to go to school. But first, we have to make some children.
What?
And I'm going to do that right in your vagina. Okay?
Cream looked a little hesitant at first, but then said, "You know, I accept this. I know I am true boyfriend and girlfriend with Tails, but I feel bad for you when he kicked you at the funeral, so I want to make you feel better," said Cream, putting on a wink with her eyes. Cream took off her clothes and then fell out 2 boobs and a vagina.
Oh, wow. Wow, you look so sexy.
Said Shadow, pretending to think she is the hottest. Shadow took his penis and planted it right into her mouth.
First, we will do this.
Shadow... Why did I Shadow put his penis into Cream's mouth and put it in and out and tried to see how far he could stick it in. Shadow's penis was so big it looked pregnant. Okay. And
Okay.
and looked like an anaconda having lunch at Subway. Eat fresh.
Subway, eat dicks.
Subway, eat fresh and free, you scumbag.
We have to read that now. We have to read that now.
Oh, God damn it.
I'll read it.
After.
Yeah, after.
Shadow got so far he almost filled up her lungs, and she was coughing. Ellen was holding
Wait, who the hell is that one?
Ellen DeGeneres just came out of nowhere.
Okay, why not?
Ellen was holding on to her vagina for dear life because it was so
Yeah?
sexy. To her, it
Oh,
felt like
okay.
she was trying to eat too many pixie sticks.
I don't think you've ever eaten a pixie stick.
I don't think so, no.
To Shadow, it was like he was trying to sharpen a pencil. Ow.
Dear God. Bitch, stop using the teeth before I start smacking a bitch.
Does Shadow need a pimp slap a bunny?
Shadow's penis was really big around, like an air conditioning vent. In just a I'm out. Oh wait, do I have to do? Yeah, I can do the next one. It was hard for Cream to get a word in edgewise. No shit. But when she did, it was when Shadow took his penis out for only a tiny moment in geologic time, and she screamed, "Shadow, I am drowning in the power of your penis. I am so in love." And then
Stop! That's far enough.
Oh my God, yes.
and then Shadow stuck his ridiculous penis. Thank you, Arthur, for that one. In her mouth, and she would be like a prisoner with handcuffs on her throat. I am so done.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, we are so close
You
to
and
the
I-
end.
You embarrass me, said Shadow, smiling. Then Shadow took his penis out and picked Cream up. Let me charge up for a super ejaculation. Shadow laid Cream down on the ground and took his penis with him. Apparently it was detachable at that point, which was already huge and shaking with sex energy, and found Cream's piggy bank, which was full of coins and dollars and things to save up for money, so she could buy what she wanted when she had enough inside of it. Shadow took it and, using his muscular penis, smashed a hole right through the piggy bank, so it was now sitting on top of his penis like a hat. Shadow's penis looked like it belonged in a fashion show with a floating piggy bank on it. Huh? What are you doing? Said Cream, who was confused and sounded so happy from doing sex things. Still, she was smiling and laughing. Shadow lifted her head up so she could see her big, heavy piggy bank on his penis, but not weighing it down, but not wigging it because his penis was so strong. I'm doing this for good, Cream. Sorry. Shadow swung his penis at her head on the side like a hammer and hit the piggy bank into her head and knocked her unconscious because of Super Dick. Cream was now on the floor, not responding to life, and Shadow took the piggy bank off his penis and stuck his penis in her vagina to finish his boner ejaculation. Shadow rammed his penis back and forth because she was not responding and using her vagina to make his penis feel better. He had to do all the sex, and he stuck his penis so far up that he accidentally bumped her heart with his penis. But she was still okay.
Jesus Christ, Shadow!
Hey, when you've got an ego like mine, you need a dick to match. Shadow's tumescent penis finally exploded into an ejaculation, and 999 screaming ghosts rushed out of his penis like he was opening Pandora's box, and flew through her body and out her mouth and escaped into the atmosphere and left stains on the carpet. Okay, now it's time for what I really came for, Shadow said out loud. You want me to just finish this chapter?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Shadow did not even bother putting his penis back where he had found it because apparently he had left it in his pocket, and instead went to work looking for the Ultra Chaos Emerald. He looked through all of her things and even behind pictures and posters. Cream had lots of posters on her walls of things teenage women liked, such as the famous boy band One Sonic Direction, and famous television shows like Gossip Sonic and Pretty Little Sonic and iSonic, and famous books like Sonic Twilight and 50 Shades of Sonic. Fuck me. God damn. There's the next one. There's the next one. 50 Shades of Sonic.
That's the one that killed me.
Shadow looked through all of these things and even her lip gloss and purse full of teen girl blood diapers that should fucking Christ. Teen girl blood diapers and could not find it. Then he got to her jewelry cabinet and opened it. And there he saw the big ring with the big jewel that Cream was wearing at Sonic's funeral. And it was actually the Ultra Chaos Emerald. Yes, I found it. But how did this get here? Shouted Shadow, picking up the ring and taking the Ultra Chaos... Just had a stroke there. Taking the Ultra Chaos Emerald out of the ring and into his hand. Then, when Shadow was standing there with Cream unconscious on the floor and filled with nudity, his fat penis hanging down from his body like a dog going down the stairs, and a big shiny crystal in his hand, Tails flew into the window and thusly the room. Tails hardly even looked at the situation and said, it's okay. I know exactly what is going on.
No, it sounded like, it is okay. I know exactly what is going on.
Good, because I got no fucking idea at this point.
I just got back, so I got no clue what the fuck's going on.
Hey, welcome back. We're on the next chapter
Oh my
now.
god, I just looked at the next chapter.
Tails' song?
Yes.
Oh dear God.
Yes, there's a song too.
Chrono gets to sing.
No, I'm not singing.
Yes, you're singing.
The hills are alive.
Oh wait, it's
with
Tails
the sound
singing.
of Tails'
Holy
music.
shit.
Exactly.
Tails is singing. Alright, I got this. You want me to just read this chapter then?
If you want to, be my
If
guest.
you want.
Yep.
Everyone else can do the voices other than Tails.
Okay.
All right.
Tails was sitting in the back of the car, where Amy was sitting in the front, but you did not drive it, and Sonic's mom was sitting in the front seat. On the left, Friday. I'm sorry. Where do I sit? Where you do drive it? The car was an SUV. They were all dressed in nice clothes because they were driving back to Sonic's house from Sonic's funeral. Tails looked like a secret agent because he was wearing a suit, but he must have been the saddest secret agent ever.
I am so sad,
said Amy in a crying way, sounding like a complete collection of teen idiot quotes because she did not have teeth. She was only talking now that there were more people not in the car.
I know you are, and so am I. Tails, are you sad?
Said Sonic's mom to Tails. Yes, I am sad, said Tails to Sonic's mom in an answer to her question.
It's really difficult and sad when somebody dies, especially now that it is Sonic,
said Sonic's mom, not crying but sounding really sad. She cried a lot at the funeral, but now she's being more normal and not making a big scene, like a hot dog man selling hot dogs at a baseball game.
What the fuck?
I know. I know. It's like, I just...
said Amy, trying not to cry about how Sonic is dead, and she's sad.
I just want everything to go away.
Amy started to cry again because she is just so emotionally weak, like a goddamn child.
What the fuck? Okay. I understand that you are sad, Amy, but I have to tell you two something. Please do not kill yourselves, okay?
Please don't kill yourselves, okay?
Don't kill yourselves, okay? Listen, man, okay? That's Sonic's mom's new voice.
Yeah, okay, I'm fine with that. Said Sonic's mom in a not very sad and meaning it way.
Being a teen is the hardest thing you ever had to do in the world. It's harder than being in a world or a jail, okay? I know it. But don't kill yourselves, because it'll get cooler when you're done being a teen, okay?
Tails looked down at the ground of the car and did not know what to say, but he said, okay. He said it in a sad and quiet way. What was real was that Tails really did want to kill himself now that Sonic was dead. What was the point of living if you're not going to do it with your best friend, Sonic? Then they got to Sonic's house, and they went inside, and just after they took off their fancy clothes, then Rouge and Espio came over with Knuckles and Knuckles Jr., who was there. Rouge looked very burlesque in her tiny baby dress with her unlimited boobs. Unlimited boobs.
Unlimited boobs.
What does that even mean?
Out of her clothes, and Espio looked like a professional movie star on the red carpet because he was wearing a suit. Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. looked like shrunken presidents because they were also wearing suits. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
I
Hello.
They all said togetherly, wow, I said Tails to them.
We have to go to talk to Sonic's mom and try to cheer her up and to be nice.
Said Rouge and Espio, and they gave
Knuckles
and Knuckles Jr. to Tails, who took them into a different room.
I'm so sad about Sonic.
Said Knuckles Jr.
This is really the worst thing that could have happened.
Yeah, it is the saddest.
Said Knuckles.
Sonic did not deserve to die.
They were all agreeing so much about it. After a while of not talking, Knuckles said,
Tails, the end of school is tomorrow, and I have my last ending test that decides if I move on to the next grade or if I have to go back to the start of high school. Lol.
Tails looked at Knuckles in a deep way and said, wow, that is a lot of pressure. What do you have to do? Tails was trying to be nice and helping Knuckles because he was a baby now. But most of the time, when people complained about school to Tails, Tails just thought, not saying, are you the king of queen or queen of idiots? Because Tails was the smartest, and school was all so easy to him, even the hardest classes that they made for geniuses.
What I have to do is write a news story about the event thing happening around town, and it has to be real.
Said Knuckles. Knuckles looked like a worrying boy that made a sound that showed like he is worried. Knuckles was a baby.
There's everything I have. Wait. There's everything that I can lose to this.
Okay, what the fuck is actually going on?
He said in a way.
I don't know.
I think this is the ride home.
They're hanging out after the funeral.
Okay,
Yeah. They're
at the
I'm
house right now.
completely and utterly gone mentally.
I noticed.
Okay.
I will look for a story for you to do your news story on, and hopefully you will pass and not have to go all the way back to the beginning of high school, costing you thousands of dollars in lost fees.
What?
So apparently they pay to go to that hell, where they get detention for days and have to be rescued from.
And don't get fed, yeah.
Yeah.
And have to fight gourds.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, actually think about it, that's true torture. The thing blocking your way out is food.
That's a good point.
Oh dear God! I just read the next the rest of that paragraph.
Said Tails to Knuckles. Seriously. Then Tails asked them both, "Hey, can you please both give me all your baby teeth?" Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. took out their baby teeth and gave them to Tails, using his technology and tools and good old-fashioned elbow lubricant. Tails put all their teeth together to make enough teeth for one normal person, and he went downstairs. Here, Amy, this is for you, said Tails, looking at Amy, who looked like a total dumpster. Ever since Sonic punched all their teeth out, and before he killed himself, you can use these teeth. Wait.
You forgot the voice. It's actually him saying it.
Yeah, you can use these teeth, and they will feel just like you never lost your teeth. Amy grabbed them from out of Tails' hand and put them into her mouth, and they fit perfectly, like a Pop-Tart in most toasters. Can I just question what Pop-Tart does not fit in a toaster?
I don't know.
Can I question? He glued teeth together with lube.
Yep.
With elbow grease.
Elbow lubricant.
And they're all baby teeth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, Tails, this feels great. How on earth did you manage to get teeth for me?
Said Amy, now sounding like she was no longer a teen loser. Amy hugged Tails. No need to worry. You can just thank the modern efforts of science. Tails cheered and danced a little, and Amy thanked pharmaceutical companies, and then Tails went back over to where Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. were. Then Tails went to Knuckles Jr., who was also there, and started to do a conversation with them. Hey, Knuckle Juniors. How are you doing? Said Tails to Knuckles Jr.
Good.
Said Knuckles Jr.
But sad, of course. I did not see this coming at all, and I'm a psychic little bitch.
Knuckles Jr. hugged his legs to his body like an imaginary tree that could bring its roots up and then use them as legs.
What?
Yeah, what is your deal? Are you really psychic? Because you are just a baby. Said Tails in a curious way. Not curious, but a curious. Curious.
Yeah.
I found that I seem to be able to see the future I can see the future! Sorry,
Damn
couldn't
it,
help it.
beat me to it.
I found I seem to be able to see the future sometimes, but I cannot always control it. As you said, I'm just a baby. But when I get older, I'll probably use my powers to win the lottery or become the CEO of Progressive Car Insurance. Why the fuck do I want to do that? I don't know. But, sky's the limit, man.
That's very specific.
The baby knows what he wants in life.
Said Knuckles Jr., who's not even a year old, by the way. Said Knuckles Jr. Knuckles Jr. who was saying this to Tails.
You kidding me? He's like a week old.
Oh. Okay, said Tails. Tails also thought inside of his hugest brain that now he did not want to kill himself anymore. He was still sad, but talking to the babies made him realize that there's a lot more to come in life and good things. And if Sonic is dead, it is not the end of the world, but only the end of Sonic. which is sad. Tails went down the stairs into Sonic's garage by himself and found Sonic's electrical guitar and had it. Sonic used to play songs on this, said Tails to the ears of the world, thinking about it when Sonic played cool rock and roll songs. Tails put the guitar on his body and held it and thought of for a minute and then began to play a song. He played a sad song that was not mad or happy or happy sounding, but it was not a slow song. It was a medium song, medium rare. It was a medium rare song. Well done. That did not go too fast, so you could dance to it, or too slow that you could fall asleep. Then Tails closed his eyes and just knew the words that he wanted to sing as he felt them and sang them out loud while playing the song that he just made up, and the words to the song that he just made up
For the
went.
love of God, speed it up.
I'm sorry, my throat was getting a little bit sore with that
You want me
voice.
to take over
No.
after?
Sure, but I have to read this.
Yes, you do.
I mean, I have to sing this.
Yep.
As Tails.
Yep.
Being a teen is so hard. You have to learn how to drive a car. And if you hit anything, it is you. It is you to jail they will bring. You also have to go to school. It is definitely not for fools. And everything is harder because my best friend died. Oh wow, my best friend died. I just want to hide. High school drama is so hard to be part of. It has crazy things like friendships and love. It is the worst. It makes me want to burst. You have to get a date or everyone will laugh. And in a lake they will push you off a raft. Girls wear makeup and guys get tattoos. And there's so many possible drugs to do. There are bullies around and sports with balls that are round. And everything is harder because my best friend died. Oh wow, my best friend died. I just want to hide. High school drama is so hard to be part of. It has crazy things like friendships and love. It is the worst. It makes me want to burst. I'm doing a middle finger at God. But God is not real and the world is odd. I am crying so much that my tears could make a cave where you could not be scared because, where you cannot be scared. You just must be brave. I am tired of teens going on diets and being mad and starting riots. And everything is harder because my best friend died. Oh wow, my best friend died. I just want to hide. High school drama is so hard to be a part of. It has crazy things like friendship and love. It is the worst. It makes me want to burst. Oh wow, my best friend died. I just want to hide. High school drama is so hard to be part of. It has things like friendship and love. It is the worst. It makes me want to burst.
Thank God. Tails singing sound like a beautiful butterfly. Bullshit. Telling his life story to a little boy who fell asleep, sorry, Chrono, on a bench in the park without losing his money to a common thief. Well, at least he didn't say black person. Tails finished singing his song and saw all the tears that were now at the bottom of his feet on the ground. In a pool so big that he could invite a cruise ship to do its first cruise in the pool.
What?
Is he Alice in fucking Wonderland now?
Apparently.
But then, all of a sudden, Tails turned and saw Knuckles Jr. at the door to the garage.
That was really sad to hear.
Said Knuckles Jr.
But it's a healthy way to get rid of your emotions instead of killing yourself, Fur.
Then Knuckles Jr. walked forward into the room and tripped in a way that the door behind him closed and was now locked, and they were in the room, so they were locked in there.
Oops.
Knuckles Jr. said like an idiot baby.
Oh no.
Screamed Tails out loud.
If only we had a lockpick or a fucking gun for this fuckboy bitch, shit, maybe we can get out.
Said Tails Jr. Then, all of a sudden, everything
Tails
came...
Jr. now?
Tails Jr. What?
Didn't I tell you? Yeah, see my papa. I've
Knuckles
been hiding
Jr.
my identity for so long. I'm gonna take off this mask, and I'm actually your son, Daddy.
Oh, fuck. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Then all of a sudden, everything came to Tails, and he realized what just happened over the past events.
No. Oh, that is it. That is it. You've seen the information, and my big intelligence. I know what is happening.
Shouted Tails. Tails got so excited that he spun his flying tails so hard that he went right through the locked door, so it was open now, and went to Sonic's house, and went directly to Cream's house without even celebrating at an ice cream place first. Guys, last chapter.
I know.
Last chapter will be done.
This nightmare will finally be over.
Oh, it's such a long one.
Really?
Oh god,
Yeah,
why?
it fucking
Holy
is.
fuck.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
God
fuck
damn it.
this person.
But it actually is the end. It's not some,
We're
pausing
not
for
doing voices,
continuation
we're
or
just
bullshit.
doing paragraphs, guys. Let's boom, boom, boom this.
Okay.
Alright.
Now I am here in Cream's house, and here you are, Shadow, said Tails to Shadow, who were both standing there. Do not be alarmed. Wait, I do not know what to say, said Shadow to Tails, with a big worried face like a coconut with those 3 holes like a bowling ball. No, it's okay. You are doing exactly what I knew you would be doing, and I understand why, said Tails in a cool and not angry way to Shadow, responding...
I just bitch slapped your girlfriend with my dick with a piggy bank on that said dick. How are you okay? Never mind. Just, you know what? Never mind.
We're
gonna
so
take
close to the end. Shut the fuck up, Shadow.
I can't help it. I can't
You
help
are
it.
here to get. You are here to get. You are here to get what Cream has, and that is the last Ultra Chaos Emerald, which is what is in your hand. Tails, being smart, was right. Shadow was holding the last Chaos Emerald, and it was in Cream's room in a ring. Go!
Oh, shut it, Shadow. And usually I'm the one with the brain being behind doing a crime. Fuck me. But please explain to me how you know all this. Well, said Tails loudly like a rock star. It all started with Amy and Rouge getting locked away in the detention zone. Tails then sat on the window and explained the whole thing. That was how Amy's bracelet ended up in Cream's vagina, and why Cream has the last Ultra Chaos Emerald, and why Sonic did not come back to life when Shadow tried to use them. Amy and Rouge were in detention, and Cream wanted to help them before they get turned into starving women whose reproduction systems died because they did not have enough nutrition to create a child ever again. So Cream decided to be a good friend, fuck it, like I've always been to Sonic, and she went and broke into your, Shadow's, room to steal a lockpick. She knew you would have a lockpick because you are always saying about how you do crimes in city environs. So Cream went and broke into your room and stole a lockpick, but when she was there, she also saw the Ultra Chaos Emerald and took the white one because it looked like riches. Wow, so she's a stealing whore, screamed Shadow into Tails' listening body. What's wrong with this succubus? Shadow stomped his feet and bothered to put his penis back now because it was small from listening to Tails talk and not have to pretend crime rescue sex with Cream. Go!
Just wait and listen, fake nips.
God damn
it.
Said Tails to Shadow, still a little mad at Shadow for being the asshole at Sonic's funeral, but mostly forgiving him now for doing this. Then what happened was Cream, as a Hall's monitor, was able to go in the detention room because she had the power as an inside agent. She had put the lockpick way up her vagina as a hiding spot because who's going to look there even if a burglar comes to take her carried goods. She went over to Amy in a sneaking way and moving her mouth without saying words by not making sound, but still making it look like she was talking and not saying them in her head either because she was doing it with her mouth. So you could see, told Amy to reach up into her vagina Cream's vagina. Wait, yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. Cream's vagina was so small and Junior at the time because she was not in love. So when Amy stuck her hand up into Cream's vagina, her bracelet got stuck in there, and it stayed up there. And she could not even get the lockpick anyway because Cream's vagina was basically like a pencil case full of peanut butter. It was too hard and small
What?
to get up.
So.
So hard and small to get up. But it was good at holding things, like Spider-Man. So Amy's bracelet was in there, and Cream had to leave before she became the biggest suspect ever. And Amy did not notice her bracelet was gone because she was so hungry and needing soda. And she put a new one on, and she got home anyway. So it was like she did not even notice. And then when Sonic died, Cream was wearing that last Ultra Chaos Emerald, so it did not work because the jewels have to be touching for a man to get off a wish. Wow! It makes so much sense. It is so obvious, said Shadow to Tails with a bullshit face. I can't believe I did not think of that first. Maybe I am so dark that it is hard to see sometimes. Haha. Shadow laughed, and blackbirds flew above outside like planes running up high with invisible legs. Yeah, but now we have to use them. We have to bring Sonic back to life. Tails creamed at But first, we should get Amy. But first, we should get Amy because she is Sonic's girlfriend, and she be there if we are gonna bring him back from hell. Shouted.
I like
Shadow
that they
in
knew
an
he was
ideal
going
way.
to hell.
Well, yeah, he was black.
Tails and Shadow.
No, Gooba, bad boy.
No, bad.
Come on, it's canon. Come on, damn it.
Tails and Shadow held hands and ran out of the window, and then Tails flew up with his flying tails to Sonic's house, where everyone was. Tails and Shadow got there and slammed the door open like a football team, making a slammer's noise. Then they went and found Sonic's mom, who said Amy was in the other room, and Tails and Shadow went to the other room and opened the door too. Amy was inside the room, watching Rouge refill Knuckles Jr., who, using her whopping boobs. Rouge was wearing an itty-bitty teeny baby bra that was so small that she got it from the Gymboree, from Gymboree, and her boobs were so super big, like a couple of planets, that were pretty much breaking the bra parts because it was so big. It is a rumor about the town that you can see Rouge's boobs from space.
Rouge, your boobs are out again. What are you doing? Said Tails to Rouge, and then Rouge and Amy looked at him. Tails, I am feeding Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. from my boobs. It is natural and healthy to do this, said Rouge. Rouge's boobs were so big that it was like Tails and Shadow could not almost fit into the room with her.
Okay, real quick, just going to point out earlier it was said that this was a 7th grader writing this. This proves that pretty much all young men think about is sex and boobs.
I could have told you
Enough
that.
said.
We already
Yeah,
knew
Trent,
that.
this just proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt because there is not a chapter in this that it doesn't mention Rouge's or somebody's boobs. Usually Rouge's.
Or dicks.
Rouge's boobs were so big that it was like Tails and Shadow could not almost fit into the room with her. They were all watching the video of Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. the baby kissing that Sonic had made of them to inspire his kissing powers, because watching it made Rouge make more baby food. God damn it. And I am watching, so I know how to do it one day, said Amy, who still looked a little sad because Sonic died, but smiling.
Cool.
Said Tails.
Can I try?
Tails and Shadow went over to Rouge's boobs. Fuck. But by the time they got over there, this happened. Oh no, I'm sorry. Fuck. Oh no, they are empty. Sorry, said Rouge to Tails and Shadow. It is supposed to be for the babies most of the time. Anyway, or if you're in love. Aw, man, yelled Tails. Yelled Shadow to the clouds. Next time. Fucking shut up, Chrono. You had enough, said Tails, winking at Rouge and her illegally sized boobs.
To detention.
Anyway, we are going to bring Sonic back to life. Come on. Wait, no, not again, you beguilers? Really? This motherfucker knows what beguilers means?
Maybe he played magic.
Or he meant defilers. I don't know.
Amy screamed and almost punched one of them in the face for doing another disrespect to Sonic's dead version.
Listen, woman of the night, said Shadow in a disrespecting way. We are for real this time. Something was messed up, and it was all Cream's fault. Or maybe even yours, if you go back far enough in the way everything happened in the world. Let's go! I don't know, said Rouge. You were an idiot ass last time at the funeral. No.
No, listen to them, said Knuckles Jr. to Rouge, who was cool and not a nerd. Grr.
Cool. That baby's a genius, said Shadow, knowing that he was right and they should go with him. Tails was the smartest. Okay, said Amy, and they all put their things into bags and left. Knuckles, who was now a baby still, made sure to put his camera with him close. Then they told everyone else in the house who was there from the funeral, which was all the important people that you know, and they ran faster than a boulder to high school. I'd hoped they'd run faster than a boulder. Where Sonic's funeral was and where he was put in the ground now, but not covered up yet because they did not get to start because the funeral was only a few hours ago, and they did not have to do it right away because it was a safe neighborhood and it's not like the city where Sonic's body would go stolen and sold for drugs and motorcycles. The fuck is wrong with this kid?
Here's a dead Sonic character. Just drugs and possibly a motorcycle, guys.
Hey, let me get some marijuana here. I got the Sonic to pay for it. He's dead now, but you can probably go ahead and get him for science.
Someone should send this to Mr. Medicare for his Sonic video.
Everyone just ran fast to the funeral spot at the high school, and when they got there was Sonic's coffin in the hole. Here we are at the funeral spot now, said Tails to everyone, of course. We gotta get it out, but how? Screamed Amy and started to cry like a girl tea kettle.
Tea kettle?
God, yeah, apparently, girl tea kettle. God,
what's a male tea kettle?
God damn it, Amy, said Tails in a mad, serious voice. Stop acting like a children. Tails thought Amy was being a kraken of drama just because Sonic was dead. What we need to do now is figure out, using our brains, how to get Sonic out of this hole. Tails rubbed his chin with his smart hands and tried to get his genius brain running like the engine of 10 red cars, because red cars go fast. Excuse me, let me through, please, said a big retarded voice from the back of the group of people standing around Sonic's hole. Oh, the lunch lady, shouted Tails in a happy way. Hello there, children, said the lunch lady, who was also at Sonic's funeral and Sonic's house after the funeral. The lunch lady was very big and very tall, and Sonic's hole tossed the coffin right out onto the ground, next to it. There you go, said the lunch lady with a face full of smiles. She was deaf, too. Cool, said Tails. Thanks. Shadow, where are you? Shadow came in from the back area where it was dark under a tree because Shadow was the darkest person everyone knew. Here I am, Tails, and here are my jewels, said Shadow as he grabbed his sack. Ready. Here goes nothing, yelled Tails like a gay little boy. Don't you just hate it when people say that? Shadow grabbed his jewels and made sure all 7 of them were there, and they were there. So nervous because if this did not work, they would surely put him under a citizen's arrest for being a public ass. If he did not do this right, he would die, and Tails would too now because he was doing it with him, and they would throw rocks at them. Using the Ultra Chaos Emerald, Shadow said, I wish about the gods to grant my wish so you can bring back Sonic to bring back Sonic back up to normal healthy life here. The bag glowed a whole lot and made screaming noises as a big sack came to light. There's a big stick of light came down from the sky and hit the bag, and all of the Ultra Chaos Emeralds started to go crazy. They were making sounds like frogs and trains and horses and hitting each other and shooting out lights and being basically a circus. Shadow and Tails were squinty with their eyes like the Chinese doctor who touched Sonic's balls. Wow, screamed Amy. Oh my god, screamed Rouge. When the fuck did Espio even get there?
He's just not good.
Kerr, screamed Espio. What? Screamed Knuckles. A miracle! Screamed Knuckles Jr. Just then Cream got there from being unconscious at her house and screamed, "No way!" "Whoa!" screamed Silver. "Oh wow, that's very impressive," said Sonic's really Chinese doctor in a less loud way. Then the lunch lady said something too, as so did Sonic's mom and Miss Listen. Then everything in the world became super bright and no one could see a thing for a moment, and they could not hear. They noticed either, because they were getting a ringing sound in their ears. It was so crazy, like being inside a marshmallow field of ringing sound. Go.
Then everyone peeked out behind their hands where they were looking, and all the Ultra Chaos Emeralds were gone, proving the fact you don't have to hide them yourselves. And Sonic's coffin was open, and look, there was Sonic! Sonic was standing on his coffin. There he was, inside, and he was on top of it, smiling, and not black, which in canon is a good thing.
Fuck you,
At least-
creator.
At least he's not black.
Anymore, but regular, old, blue Sonic. Yes, it really happened. He's not black. Hey guys, what did I miss? Shouted Sonic in his regular, old, cool way. Sonic, 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 screamed everyone at the same time because they were all there and heard and saw him together, so it was just natural. They all ran out and went down from the coffin, and everyone was hugging. It was so beautiful to see. I heard Eggman was laughing at my funeral. What an ass, said Sonic.
Dude, did he
and
even
he
fucking
laughed.
show up?
I don't even think they mentioned him.
Nope.
I
He was
actually wondered
just-
what the fuck happened to him.
I like to think he's outside the gates just laughing.
Banging on the
He's
gates.
finally dead.
And laughed because he was the most living person ever now,
Wow, Sonic,
Okay.
you are alive.
said Tails to Sonic. You bet. You bet, said Sonic, and high-fived him, which is already after they hugged, because they are best friends. But Sonic hugged everyone else, too. Wow, Sonic, you're really the fastest, said Sonic. Knuckles Jr., you came back to life in 2 days.
Oh wait, that's not.
You came back in life in 2 days. You beat the world record for fastest coming back to life because it took Jesus 3 days.
This kid's going to hell.
That fucking line is so good.
We've been doing this for 5 fucking hours. Don't forget to support
Are
the
you
Patreon for this shit.
Fucking.
Knuckles
It's been
Jr.
5
was
hours.
right.
Yep.
Sonic was the fastest, and it is now proved completely. Sonic, I miss you. I forgive you. Shouted Amy, crying and happy. Amy cried so much. She was such a loser about emotions. Fuck her, honestly.
Amy, I was thinking about a lot about you too when I was dead.
Said Sonic before a typical gay girl. Amy cut him off in a rude way.
I think someone else wanted to read.
Where are we?
Please.
Dude, seriously, I have no idea where the fuck we are.
I'll get to the next
Okay.
paragraph, which is right
Wait.
now.
I'll go ahead and start it from here. Actually,
Okay.
it doesn't matter, Sonic. I want to become true boyfriend and girlfriend with you now, screamed Amy and did holding on Sonic's hands.
Oh no.
Sonic looked surprised. Now? Right now? Said Sonic with a questioning voice. Yeah, right now, yelled Amy. Let them watch. This is true love. Then
So we're
Amy
gone to
leaped out of her
voyeurism.
To
clothing,
be fair, I
except-
think Amy would be like that.
except her underwears like a horse jumping out of a plane and landed in front of Sonic's body ready for his grand genitals. And Sonic already had all of his clothes off by the time she started to jump because he is the fastest. Yeah,
That could be.
shouted Sonic. And he finally revealed his penis. His penis instantly grew to dangerous levels.
Oh, Kenny Loggins.
Wow.
He
Okay,
swinged it
everyone, I
around.
need you to everyone duck because I'm about to turn left and I'm gonna smack you all with my dick.
He swinged it around, and everyone had to duck or jump over it. Sonic's penis was just the biggest penis anyone ever saw. It was like he had the World Trade Center sitting on his balls.
Wow.
His balls were super big too, like beanbag chairs full of olives.
What the fuck?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
my measurements are correct. Said Sonic's extra Chinese doctor. His penis and balls definitely are the biggest available.
What the fuck?
He's extra Chinese.
Not just Chinese, extra Chinese.
Or he's actually a second Chinese doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
They're
my
multiplying!
Amy was so filled with sex and arousing that her boobs were rock hard.
Dear God.
She opened up her boobs and she was still wearing a panty, but her vagina was really hard too, like a trap door to the love basement. Sonic did not care,
To the
and
love
he
base.
shot his incredible penis right into her vagina through her girl clothing, and she felt his love immediately. His penis was ice cold, and it was so big that it made up for her body and into her mouth, and she could taste it, and it tasted like money and ice cream.
The fuck?
Oh my
I
god.
love you! Screamed Sonic, ramming his penis out of her body like a drain cleaner. I love you too! Screamed Amy, trying to make words while Sonic's penis rearranged her internal organs. I'm sorry, origins.
Can I just point out something? When did Clorox bleach get into this?
Clorox bleach is here to save our fucking souls.
No, like
Finally,
the
it took you long enough.
Oh
I've
my
been
god,
waiting all
Clorox,
day.
run!
No,
You're in the fanfic!
he's in the fanfic.
Oh, you're right. Dang.
I'm sorry,
Well-
Clorox, we couldn't save you.
Sonic took his penis out and beat her boobies back and forth with it. And she loved it. Sonic's Pensy was so strong that it made her roll back and forth, and by now she was so in love that her vagina was shooting whipped cream. Wait for me! Shouted Sonic, laughing like a millionaire. Sonic did legendary sex moves to Amy, like picking her up with his penis and doing tricks, and brushing her teeth with his penis, and letting her walk on it like a tightrope walker, but with his penis. He even put Amy and him into his coffin, and he wiggled his penis back and forth in her vagina while in the coffin like a beef slinky.
What the fuck?
Sonic's penis was so big and long and wide that you could fit families inside of it. If you think you've seen a bigger penis, you have not, because Sonic was in love now.
What?
I just take a look at my enormous penis.
And my
the
troubles start melting away.
Take a look at my enormous penis.
We're almost done. We're almost done.
Okay,
Yeah,
alright,
yeah,
oh
we
my
gotta
God.
get through this.
Amy's vagina was breathing hard and reaching out to Sonic's penis, and soon he put it back into her vagina and decided to do the final systems check before taking off into the
I really
semen
expected the
sphere.
final solution.
Oh my god.
Sonic grabbed his balls and held them back against his body and ran into Amy with his penis, and his penis immediately flooded her vagina with his fresh and creamy s'mores. He shot so much semen into Amy that it was coming out of her ears. Eventually, he took his penis out and shot more out like bullets. He even shot one into the sky. And that night, someone noticed Venus was about 10 feet to the right of where it should have been. That is because Sonic's semen bullet hit it.
Can we just say Amy's dead now?
She's not. She ain't ever gonna fucking walk again.
She's dead.
Sonic!
No, she's dead.
Screamed Amy. Marry me! Amy.
No, she's actually screaming, Sonic, give me to a fucking doctor!
Amy kneeled up from on the ground holding a big ring like the ones she wore and held it in front of her face. Sonic looked at it, smiled, and shoved his show-stopping penis right through the ring and into her mouth. And she yelled passionate sound, and Sonic said, I will marry you. Amy drank all of the semen that she could and grew an inch in height from it. Then Amy took out the rings that she had, and Sonic and Amy put them on so they could get married. You just had sex, and it felt so good. Screamed Tails. You just became true boyfriend and girlfriend. Congratulations, Sonic and Amy. Wow, said Espio. I thought I was a sex professional. I am seeing true love, shouted Rouge. Everyone laughed and cheered as Sonic and Amy finished doing sex and kissed each other's penises and vaginas and balls one more time for good luck. Then they put their clothes on that Silver had folded and put in piles for them because he was a really good, nice guy.
Can we just say, like, Silver's the MVP for this entire fucking story?
Yes.
Yep.
Silver's been amazing.
Yeah, he also has the best German accent.
Da, it's no use. Wait, I want to go Russian. Fuck it. Never mind. Continue.
Keep going.
Hey,
We're almost
shouted
done.
Knuckles. Thanks. I got my story now. Knuckles waved a bunch of pictures of Sonic and Amy having sex in high school garden area, the article that he just wrote attached to it. Cool. I'm happy I did help you, said Sonic, winking, still feeling like Super Sex Sonic. Yes, that is wonderful, said a big voice behind them in an important way. Hello, I am the principal of Sonic High School. Wow, the president? Shouted Sonic.
Sonic's a fucking mental retard.
The principal's like seeing a celebrity because he only came out one day every year. Yes, Sonic, you are the best, said the principal. Yes, he is, said Amy to the principal. We just had sex right here, and he's my true boyfriend now. The principal laughed and smiled. Wait just a minute, yelled Sonic to the principal. I may be the best at some things, but everyone here is the best at some things. What? I may be the best at some things, but everyone here is the best at some things. Amy is the best at being nice and having emotions. Tails is the best at being smart and flying. Shadow is the best at doing crimes and driving and being a dark but also being nice. So he is the best at being two things at the same time.
Oh my god,
Espio.
multitasking, being black and doing crimes. Wow, fuck you, author.
Espio is the best at jumping and getting teenage women. Rouge is the best at seducing and being in love and a mom.
Damn
Knuckles
straight.
is the best at high school. No, Knuckles is the best at doing high school while still being a baby.
That's really specific.
And he was the best at fighting before becoming a baby. Knuckles Jr. is the best at being psychic and being cool while still being a baby. Cream is the best at being happy and kind of smart. Silver is the best at acting and being nice and normal and cool. The lunch lady is the best at making people happy and being strong. The Chinese doctor is the best at medical things and Asian abilities. Sonic's mom is the best at cooking and cleaning. Miss Lesson is the best at teaching and being the nurse. Vector was the best at biting and making people mad, and Charmy was the best at dancing and singing, but now they are dead. I am the best at being fast, being moral, relieving others, and most other things. Yeah, said everyone else together at the same time, patting each other's on the backs and laughing and smiling and cheering because they were all the best in some way. I guess that is true, said the principal. I really want to thank you, though, Sonic. You really have the best morals. Everyone needs to learn from you about what high school is really all about. It is not about drama and being mean and being crazy and getting mad or sad or making other people mad or sad. High school is about sex. Is about falling in love and getting married and maybe having kids. Thank you, Sonic, for showing everyone this. Also, Knuckles, I'm very impressed with your story, even though you were just a baby. And you passed this year of high school and do not have to go back to the start and pay thousands of dollars in fees and charges. Knuckles cheered and hurrayed like a baby, and the principal shook Sonic's hand and could not help but look at how big Sonic's penis was, even though it was still not out. Hey, said Tails to Sonic and everyone. Today was the last day of school. It is summer now. Yeah, cool, great, shouted everyone together at the same time. Good, said the principal to everyone and then to Sonic. So the principal looked at everyone and said, good, good, good. And Sonic went, good. Now I can do what I want to do. And that is rename high school in your honor. And the whole big group of everyone laughed and smiled and walked away towards the sun, ready to have summer before they would return to their new Sonic High School.
Wait,
Heck,
wasn't it
fucking
Sonic High School
Christ,
before?
it's over.
No, it's not.
Author's
Author's note.
You motherfucker.
Wow. I am so sad, but this kind of filled of relief that this is the end of Sonic High School. I got sad at the end, and I wanted to make sure it came out just right. I hope you all enjoyed this story as much as it was that I did writing this story. If you have any ideas for another shorter fan fiction you want me to do, send it to me in a message, and maybe I can do it in the future. But I need to take a break for now. If you just want to talk, you can send me a message because it will send me an email that you sent me a message, so I will always know where you are.
Oh, good Christ.
Oh, no. Dear
Please tell all of your
Do
friends
not
about this
give
story
his screen
and
name
spread
out.
it on the internet so everyone reads it and it becomes even more of a worldwide pheromone.
It's over.
That's it.
Finally over.
We finished
It's
it.
over.
I'm really happy for you guys.
Fuck off, you fucking coward. You ran out of this.
Now let's do fun
definitely.
things. Let's go play games.
But
Please.
wait, he has another fan fiction.
No,
No.
fuck you. I'm out.
No.
Get the
Done.
fuck out.
I'm
We're
done.
done.
Sonic the Hedgehog World War II Dragon.
Everybody, we're going to murder Lord Koopa.
It's a one.
Come here, you son of a bitch. You Canadian little
one-page long.
fucker.
It's 1 page long, but no.
We're not.
No,
No.
that'll be the next one we do. Next
I
week.
just had to see if you had another.
Remember,
Oh
guys,
my
if you
God.
want to send us a request, go ahead and send it on Twitter or on our Discord. We're going to go do anything else, so we'll see you guys later.
Yep. Goodbye.
Have a good one.